1. Understanding cold weather. 1.1 The science of cold. Understanding the science behind cold temperatures is crucial for surviving in frigid environments. Cold weather can be unforgiving and potentially life-threatening if not properly understood and prepared for. In this section, we will explore the science of cold and how it affects the human body. 1.1.1 The basics of cold. Cold is the absence of heat. It is a relative term, as what may be considered cold to one person may not be to another. However, when we talk about surviving in frigid temperatures, we are referring to extreme cold that can pose significant risks. The temperature at which water freezes, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, is often used as a benchmark for cold weather. However, in many cold regions, temperatures can drop well below freezing, reaching sub-zero temperatures. These extreme temperatures can have a profound impact on the human body. 1.1.2 Heat transfer in cold environments. To understand the effects of cold on the body, it is essential to grasp the concept of heat transfer. Heat can be transferred in three ways: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction occurs when heat is transferred through direct contact with a colder object. For example, sitting on a cold surface can cause heat to be conducted away from the body, leading to a drop in body temperature. Convection involves the transfer of heat through the movement of air or water. In cold environments, wind chill is a significant factor. Wind can strip away the thin layer of warm air surrounding the body, increasing the rate of heat loss and making the temperature feel even colder. Radiation is the transfer of heat through electromagnetic waves. In cold weather, the body can lose heat through radiation to the surrounding environment. This is why it is crucial to protect the body from the cold by wearing appropriate clothing. 1.1.3 Effects of cold on the body. Exposure to extreme cold can have severe consequences for the human body. Prolonged exposure to cold temperatures can lead to hypothermia, a condition where the body loses heat faster than it can produce it. Hypothermia can be life-threatening if not treated promptly. As the body's core temperature drops, various physiological changes occur. Initially, the body tries to maintain its core temperature by constricting blood vessels in the extremities to reduce heat loss. This can lead to numbness and tingling in the fingers and toes. As hypothermia progresses, shivering may occur as the body attempts to generate heat. However, as the condition worsens, shivering may cease, and the person may become disoriented, confused, and lethargic. In severe cases, hypothermia can cause organ failure and death. Frostbite is another common cold weather injury. It occurs when the skin and underlying tissues freeze due to prolonged exposure to cold temperatures. Frostbite most commonly affects the extremities, such as the fingers, toes, nose, and ears. The affected area may become pale, numb, and blistered. 1.1.4 Factors affecting cold tolerance. Individuals' tolerance to cold temperatures can vary based on several factors. Some people naturally have a higher tolerance for cold, while others may be more susceptible to its effects. Factors that can influence cold tolerance include body composition. People with a higher percentage of body fat tend to have better insulation and can tolerate cold temperatures for longer periods. Age. Older adults and young children are more vulnerable to the effects of cold due to their limited ability to regulate body temperature. Health conditions. Certain medical conditions, such as diabetes and circulatory disorders, can impair the body's ability to regulate temperature and increase the risk of cold-related injuries. Clothing and gear. Wearing appropriate clothing and cold weather gear can significantly enhance cold tolerance by providing insulation and protection against the elements. Understanding the science of cold and its effects on the body is the first step in preparing for and surviving in frigid temperatures. In the following sections, we will explore the necessary precautions and strategies to stay safe and resilient in cold weather conditions. 1.2 The effects of cold on the body. Cold weather can have a significant impact on the human body, and understanding these effects is crucial for surviving in frigid temperatures. When exposed to extreme cold, the body undergoes various physiological changes and faces numerous challenges. This section will explore the effects of cold on the body and provide insights into how to mitigate these effects to increase your chances of survival. 1.2.1 Hypothermia. One of the most severe consequences of prolonged exposure to cold weather is hypothermia. Hypothermia occurs when the body loses heat faster than it can produce it, resulting in a dangerously low core body temperature. As the body temperature drops, the ability to think clearly and perform physical tasks diminishes, leading to a decline in overall body function. The initial symptoms of hypothermia include shivering, confusion, and fatigue. As the condition worsens, the individual may experience slurred speech, loss of coordination, and a slow, weak pulse. In severe cases, hypothermia can lead to unconsciousness and even death. To prevent and treat hypothermia, it is crucial to understand the importance of insulation and heat preservation. Layering clothing, wearing appropriate headgear, and insulating the body from the ground are essential strategies to minimize heat loss. Additionally, consuming warm, high-calorie foods and beverages can help maintain body temperature. 1.2.2 Frostbite. Frostbite is another significant risk when exposed to extreme cold. It occurs when the skin and underlying tissues freeze due to prolonged exposure to freezing temperatures. The extremities, such as the fingers, toes, ears, and nose, are particularly vulnerable to frostbite. The initial symptoms of frostbite include numbness, tingling, and a burning sensation in the affected area. As the condition progresses, the skin may turn pale or bluish, become hard and waxy, and lose sensation. Severe frostbite can lead to tissue damage, gangrene, and the need for amputation. To prevent frostbite, it is crucial to keep the extremities warm and dry. Wearing insulated, waterproof footwear and gloves is essential. It is also important to avoid tight-fitting clothing that restricts blood circulation. If frostbite occurs, immediate medical attention is necessary. In the meantime, rewarming the affected area with warm water, not hot, can help mitigate further damage. 1.2.3 Chilblains. Chilblains, also known as pernio, are a cold-induced condition that affects the skin's small blood vessels. It occurs when the skin is exposed to cold temperatures and then rapidly rewarmed. Chilblains typically affect the hands, feet, ears, and face and can cause redness, itching, swelling, and blistering. To prevent chilblains, it is important to keep the affected areas warm and dry. Avoiding sudden temperature changes and wearing appropriate protective clothing can help reduce the risk. If chilblains develop, it is important to avoid scratching the affected area and to keep it clean to prevent infection. 1.2.4 Dehydration. While it may seem counterintuitive, dehydration is a significant concern in cold weather. Cold air has a lower humidity level, and the body's thirst response is diminished in cold temperatures. As a result, individuals may not feel as thirsty and may not drink enough fluids, leading to dehydration. Dehydration can impair physical and cognitive function, making it more challenging to survive in cold weather. It is important to drink plenty of fluids, even if you do not feel thirsty. Avoiding alcohol and caffeine, which can increase fluid loss, is also crucial. 1.2.5 Increased heart rate and blood pressure. When exposed to cold temperatures, the body's natural response is to constrict blood vessels near the skin's surface to conserve heat. This constriction increases blood pressure and heart rate as the heart works harder to pump blood throughout the body. While this response is essential for heat preservation, it can put additional strain on the cardiovascular system. Individuals with pre-existing heart conditions should take extra precautions in cold weather and consult with a healthcare professional before engaging in strenuous activities. 1.2.6 Respiratory challenges. Cold weather can also pose challenges to the respiratory system. Breathing in cold air can cause the airways to constrict, making it more difficult to breathe, especially for individuals with asthma or other respiratory conditions. Additionally, cold air can be dry, leading to irritation and discomfort in the throat and lungs. To mitigate these challenges, it is important to cover the mouth and nose with a scarf or mask to warm and humidify the air before breathing it in. This can help reduce the risk of respiratory discomfort and potential complications. 1.2.7 Reduced dexterity and coordination. Extreme cold can impair fine motor skills and coordination, making it challenging to perform tasks that require precise movements. The cold can cause stiffness and numbness in the fingers, reducing dexterity and grip strength. To combat reduced dexterity, it is important to wear insulated gloves and keep the hands warm. Regularly moving and flexing the fingers can also help maintain blood circulation and prevent stiffness. 1.2.8 Mental and emotional effects. Surviving in frigid temperatures not only takes a physical toll but also affects mental and emotional well-being. Isolation, loneliness, fear, and anxiety are common challenges faced in cold weather survival situations. It is important to recognize and address these emotions to maintain a positive mindset and mental resilience. Engaging in activities that boost morale, such as listening to music, reading, or practicing mindfulness, can help alleviate feelings of isolation and loneliness. Developing coping strategies, managing fear and anxiety, and seeking support from others are essential for maintaining mental and emotional well-being in cold weather survival situations. Understanding the effects of cold on the body is crucial for preparing and adapting to extreme weather conditions. By taking appropriate precautions, dressing appropriately, and being aware of the signs and symptoms of cold-related injuries, you can increase your chances of surviving and thriving in frigid temperatures. 1.3 Cold weather hazards. Surviving in frigid temperatures requires a deep understanding of the hazards that come with cold weather. While the beauty of a winter wonderland can be captivating, it is crucial to be aware of the potential dangers that lurk in extreme cold conditions. In this section, we will explore the various hazards associated with cold weather and how to mitigate them to ensure your safety and well-being. 1.3.1 Frostbite. Frostbite is one of the most common and dangerous hazards of cold weather. It occurs when the skin and underlying tissues freeze due to prolonged exposure to freezing temperatures. The extremities, such as fingers, toes, ears, and nose, are particularly vulnerable to frostbite. The initial symptoms include numbness, tingling, and a pale or waxy appearance of the affected area. As frostbite progresses, the skin may turn blue or black, and blisters may form. To prevent frostbite, it is essential to dress appropriately for the cold. Layering your clothing, wearing insulated and waterproof boots, and using hand and foot warmers can help protect your extremities. It is also crucial to keep moving and avoid prolonged exposure to cold temperatures. If you suspect frostbite, seek immediate medical attention and gradually warm the affected area using warm water or body heat. 1.3.2 Hypothermia. Hypothermia is a life-threatening condition that occurs when the body loses heat faster than it can produce it, resulting in a dangerously low body temperature. It can happen even in temperatures above freezing if you are exposed to cold and wet conditions for an extended period. Symptoms of hypothermia include shivering, confusion, drowsiness, slurred speech, and loss of coordination. To prevent hypothermia, it is crucial to dress in layers and insulate yourself from the cold ground. Wearing a hat and gloves, and using a waterproof and windproof outer layer can help retain body heat. It is also essential to stay dry and avoid sweating excessively, as wet clothing can accelerate heat loss. If you or someone you are with shows signs of hypothermia, seek immediate medical attention, and take steps to warm the person slowly, avoiding sudden temperature changes. 1.3.3 Snow blindness. Snow blindness, also known as photokeratitis, is a painful eye condition caused by overexposure to ultraviolet (UV) rays reflected off snow and ice. It is similar to sunburn on the eyes and can occur even on cloudy days. Symptoms of snow blindness include eye pain, redness, tearing, blurred vision, and a gritty sensation in the eyes. To protect your eyes from snow blindness, it is crucial to wear sunglasses or goggles that block 100% of UV rays. Wraparound sunglasses or goggles with side shields provide the best protection. If you experience symptoms of snow blindness, move to a shaded area, keep your eyes closed, and apply a cold compress. Avoid rubbing your eyes, as it can worsen the condition. If the symptoms persist or worsen, seek medical attention. 1.3.4 Avalanches. Avalanches are a significant hazard in mountainous regions with heavy snowfall. They occur when a mass of snow slides down a slope, often triggered by human activity or natural factors such as weather conditions. Avalanches can be extremely dangerous and potentially fatal. The sheer force and weight of the snow can bury and suffocate victims. To minimize the risk of avalanches, it is crucial to be aware of the current avalanche conditions and terrain. Avoid traveling in avalanche-prone areas during periods of high avalanche danger. If you find yourself caught in an avalanche, try to move to the side to escape the flow of the snow. If that is not possible, create an air pocket in front of your face to ensure you can breathe while waiting for rescue. 1.3.5 Icy surfaces. Icy surfaces pose a significant hazard in cold weather, increasing the risk of slips, falls, and injuries. Walking or driving on icy surfaces requires caution and proper footwear or tire traction. It is crucial to wear shoes or boots with good traction and consider using ice cleats or crampons for added stability. When driving, reduce your speed and increase your following distance to allow for longer stopping distances. In conclusion, surviving frigid temperatures requires a thorough understanding of the hazards associated with cold weather. Frostbite, hypothermia, snow blindness, avalanches, and icy surfaces are just a few of the dangers that can arise in extreme cold conditions. By being prepared, dressing appropriately, and taking necessary precautions, you can mitigate these hazards and ensure your safety in cold weather environments. 1.4 Preparing for cold weather. Preparing for cold weather is essential to ensure your safety and well-being in frigid temperatures. Whether you are planning a winter adventure or live in a region with extreme cold, taking the necessary precautions can make all the difference in surviving and thriving in these conditions. In this section, we will explore the key steps you can take to prepare yourself for cold weather. 1.4.1 Understanding the cold. Before venturing into cold weather, it is crucial to understand the nature of cold and its potential risks. Cold weather can pose various hazards, including frostbite, hypothermia, and increased susceptibility to accidents. By familiarizing yourself with the science of cold and its effects on the body, you can better prepare and protect yourself. 1.4.2 Assessing the environment. One of the first steps in preparing for cold weather is to assess the environment you will be in. Research the average temperatures, wind chill factors, and weather patterns of the area you will be visiting or residing in. This information will help you determine the appropriate clothing, gear, and shelter needed to withstand the conditions. 1.4.3 Planning and packing. Proper planning and packing are essential for cold weather survival. Create a checklist of the necessary items you will need, including clothing, gear, and emergency supplies. Consider the duration of your stay and the activities you will be engaging in. It is crucial to pack lightweight, moisture-wicking, and insulating clothing that can be layered for optimal warmth and comfort. 1.4.4 Layering clothing. Layering clothing is a fundamental technique for staying warm in cold weather. The layering system consists of three main layers: base, insulation, and outer shell. The base layer should be moisture-wicking and close-fitting to keep your skin dry. The insulation layer provides warmth and can be adjusted based on the temperature. Finally, the outer shell layer acts as a barrier against wind, rain, and snow. 1.4.5 Choosing the right materials. Selecting the right materials for your clothing and gear is crucial in cold weather. Opt for materials such as wool, fleece, and synthetic fabrics that provide insulation even when wet. Avoid cotton as it retains moisture and can lead to rapid heat loss. Additionally, invest in waterproof and windproof outer layers to protect yourself from the elements. 1.4.6 Protecting your extremities. In cold weather, it is vital to protect your extremities, including your hands, feet, and head. These areas are more susceptible to frostbite and heat loss. Wear insulated gloves or mittens, thick socks, and a warm hat or balaclava to keep these areas covered and insulated. Consider using hand and foot warmers for additional warmth during prolonged exposure to cold. 1.4.7 Cold weather gear. Having the right gear can significantly enhance your ability to withstand cold weather. Invest in high-quality winter boots with good insulation and traction to prevent slips and falls. Use gaiters to keep snow out of your boots. Carry a sturdy backpack to store your essentials and consider using a waterproof cover to protect your gear from moisture. 1.4.8 Emergency supplies. In cold weather, it is crucial to be prepared for unexpected situations. Pack emergency supplies such as a first aid kit, emergency blanket, fire starting tools, a multi-tool, and a whistle for signaling. Carry enough food and water to sustain yourself in case of an emergency. Additionally, ensure you have a reliable means of communication, such as a fully charged cell phone or a satellite phone. 1.4.9 Navigation and communication. Navigating in cold weather can be challenging, especially in areas with limited visibility. Carry a map and compass, and familiarize yourself with their use before your trip. Consider using a GPS device as a backup navigation tool. It is also essential to have a plan for communication, whether it is a two-way radio, satellite messenger, or a signaling device. 1.4.10 Emergency Action Plan. Before heading into cold weather, develop an emergency action plan. Share your plan with a trusted friend or family member who can monitor your progress and initiate a search and rescue operation if necessary. Your plan should include information on your intended route, estimated time of return, and emergency contact numbers. Regularly check in with your designated contact to ensure your safety. 1.4.11 Training and education. Lastly, acquiring the necessary training and education is crucial for surviving in cold weather. Consider taking courses on wilderness survival, first aid, and cold weather specific skills. These courses will equip you with the knowledge and skills needed to handle emergencies and make informed decisions in challenging situations. By adequately preparing for cold weather, you can minimize the risks and maximize your chances of survival. Remember to stay informed, plan ahead, and always prioritize safety. With the right mindset, knowledge, and equipment, you can embrace the beauty and challenges of cold weather while staying safe and resilient. 2. Dressing for extreme cold. 2.1 Layering clothing. When it comes to surviving frigid temperatures, one of the most important aspects is properly layering your clothing. Layering is a technique that allows you to regulate your body temperature by adding or removing layers as needed. It is a crucial skill to master in order to stay warm and comfortable in extreme cold weather conditions. 2.1.1 Understanding the importance of layering. Layering your clothing serves two main purposes: insulation and moisture management. Insulation is essential for trapping and retaining body heat, while moisture management helps to keep your body dry by wicking away sweat and preventing it from cooling you down. By wearing multiple layers, you create pockets of air between each layer. These air pockets act as insulation, trapping your body heat and preventing it from escaping. The more layers you have, the more air pockets you create, and the better your insulation will be. Additionally, layering allows you to adjust your clothing according to your activity level and the external temperature. As you become more active and generate more body heat, you can remove layers to prevent overheating. Conversely, if you start to feel cold, you can add layers to provide extra insulation. 2.1.2 The 3 layers of clothing. To effectively layer your clothing, it is important to understand the 3 main layers: base layer, insulation layer, and outer layer. 2.1.2.1 Base layer. The base layer is the layer closest to your skin and is responsible for managing moisture. It should be made of a moisture-wicking material that draws sweat away from your body, keeping you dry and preventing the buildup of moisture that can make you feel cold. Common materials for base layers include merino wool and synthetic fabrics like polyester or nylon. 2.1.2.2 Insulation layer. The insulation layer provides warmth by trapping air and preventing heat loss. It should be made of materials that have good insulating properties, such as down, fleece, or synthetic insulation like Primaloft. The thickness and warmth of the insulation layer can vary depending on the temperature and your activity level. Thicker insulation layers are suitable for extremely cold conditions, while thinner ones are better for milder temperatures. 2.1.2.3 Outer layer. The outer layer, also known as the shell layer, is responsible for protecting you from wind, rain, and snow. It should be windproof, waterproof, and breathable to allow moisture to escape. Common materials for outer layers include Gore-Tex and other similar waterproof and breathable fabrics. The outer layer should also have features like adjustable cuffs, a hood, and a high collar to provide additional protection against the elements. 2.1.3 Layering techniques. Now that you understand the importance of layering and the different layers of clothing, let's discuss some layering techniques that can help you maximize your warmth and comfort in frigid temperatures. 2.1.3.1 Base layer. Start by wearing a moisture-wicking base layer that fits snugly against your skin. This layer should cover your entire body, including your arms and legs. Avoid cotton as a base layer, as it retains moisture and can make you feel cold. 2.1.3.2 Insulation layer. Next, add an insulation layer on top of your base layer. This layer should provide warmth and can be adjusted based on the temperature and your activity level. Consider wearing a fleece jacket, down sweater, or a synthetic insulated jacket. If the temperature is extremely cold, you can add multiple insulation layers for extra warmth. 2.1.3.3 Outer layer. Finally, top off your layering system with an outer layer that is windproof, waterproof, and breathable. This layer should protect you from the elements and prevent moisture from entering. Make sure the outer layer is large enough to accommodate the other layers comfortably without restricting your movement. 2.1.4 Additional tips for layering. Here are some additional tips to keep in mind when layering your clothing for frigid temperatures. Avoid overdressing. While it may be tempting to wear too many layers, overdressing can lead to excessive sweating, which can make you feel cold once you stop moving. It is better to start with fewer layers and add more as needed. Pay attention to your extremities. Don't forget to layer your hands, feet, and head. Wear warm socks, insulated gloves or mittens, and a hat or balaclava to protect these vulnerable areas from the cold. Ventilation is key. If you start to feel too warm, open up your outer layer or unzip your insulation layer to allow excess heat to escape. This will help regulate your body temperature and prevent overheating. Test your layering system. Before heading out into extreme cold weather, it is important to test your layering system in milder conditions. This will allow you to make adjustments and ensure that you are adequately prepared for colder temperatures. Remember, layering your clothing is a skill that takes practice and experimentation. Everyone's comfort level and tolerance to cold may vary, so it is important to find the right combination of layers that works best for you. By mastering the art of layering, you will be better equipped to survive and thrive in frigid temperatures. 2.2 Choosing the right materials. When it comes to surviving in frigid temperatures, choosing the right materials for your clothing and gear is crucial. The extreme cold can be unforgiving, and without proper protection, your body can quickly succumb to the harsh conditions. In this section, we will explore the different materials that are best suited for cold weather survival. 2.2.1 Insulating materials. Insulation is key when it comes to staying warm in freezing temperatures. The primary goal is to trap and retain your body heat while keeping the cold air out. There are several materials that excel in providing insulation. Down. Down is a popular choice for insulation due to its exceptional warmth-to-weight ratio. It is made from the soft feathers found under the outer feathers of ducks and geese. Down is highly effective at trapping air, which helps to retain body heat. It is lightweight, compressible, and provides excellent insulation even in extreme cold. Synthetic insulation. Synthetic insulation, such as Thinsulate or Primaloft, is an excellent alternative to down. It is made from synthetic fibers that mimic the properties of down. Synthetic insulation retains its insulating properties even when wet, making it a reliable choice for cold and wet conditions. It is also hypoallergenic and dries quickly. Wool. Wool is a natural fiber that has been used for centuries to provide warmth in cold climates. It has excellent insulating properties and can retain heat even when wet. Wool is also breathable, moisture-wicking, and odor-resistant. It is a versatile material that can be used in base layers, mid layers, and outer layers. 2.2.2 Moisture-wicking materials. Moisture management is crucial in cold weather survival. When you sweat, moisture can accumulate on your skin, leading to discomfort and potentially hypothermia. Choosing moisture-wicking materials will help keep you dry and comfortable. Merino wool. Merino wool is a type of wool that comes from merino sheep. It is known for its softness, breathability, and excellent moisture-wicking properties. Merino wool can absorb up to 30% of its weight in moisture without feeling wet, making it an ideal choice for base layers. It also has natural odor-resistant properties. Synthetic fabrics. Synthetic fabrics, such as polyester or nylon, are designed to wick moisture away from the skin and dry quickly. These materials are lightweight, durable, and often have built-in stretch for ease of movement. They are commonly used in base layers and mid layers to keep you dry and comfortable during physical activities. 2.2.3 Windproof and waterproof materials. Protecting yourself from wind and moisture is essential in cold weather survival. Wind can strip away body heat, while moisture can lead to hypothermia. Choosing windproof and waterproof materials will help shield you from the elements. Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is a popular waterproof and breathable fabric that is widely used in outdoor gear. It consists of a membrane with microscopic pores that are smaller than water droplets but larger than water vapor molecules, allowing sweat to escape while keeping water out. Gore-Tex is highly durable and provides excellent protection against rain, snow, and wind. Softshell. Softshell fabrics are a combination of water-resistant and breathable materials. They offer some protection against light rain and snow while allowing moisture to escape. Softshell garments are typically more flexible and comfortable than hardshell, fully waterproof garments, making them suitable for activities that require a higher range of motion. 2.2.4 Layering materials. Layering is a fundamental technique in cold weather survival. It allows you to adjust your clothing according to your activity level and the changing weather conditions. Each layer serves a specific purpose. Base layer. The base layer is in direct contact with your skin and should be moisture-wicking to keep you dry. Merino wool or synthetic fabrics are excellent choices for base layers as they provide insulation and moisture management. Mid-layer. The mid-layer provides additional insulation and helps trap body heat. Fleece jackets or down vests are commonly used as mid-layers. They are lightweight, breathable, and provide excellent warmth. Outer layer. The outer layer, also known as the shell layer, protects you from wind, rain, and snow. It should be windproof and waterproof to keep you dry and shielded from the elements. Gore-Tex or soft shell materials are commonly used for outer layers. By choosing the right materials for each layer, you can create a system that effectively regulates your body temperature and keeps you protected from the cold. Remember, it is essential to test your clothing and gear in various conditions before relying on them in a survival situation. Understanding the properties and limitations of different materials will help you make informed decisions and increase your chances of surviving in frigid temperatures. 2.3 Protecting your extremities. When facing extreme cold weather, it is crucial to protect your extremities to prevent frostbite and other cold-related injuries. Your extremities, including your hands, feet, ears, and nose, are particularly vulnerable to the cold due to their exposure and limited blood flow. In this section, we will discuss effective strategies for protecting your extremities and maintaining their warmth in frigid temperatures. 2.3.1 Keeping your hands warm. Your hands are essential for performing various tasks, especially in survival situations. To keep your hands warm, it is important to wear appropriate gloves or mittens. Look for gloves that are specifically designed for cold weather and provide insulation and waterproofing. Mittens, on the other hand, are excellent for trapping heat as they allow your fingers to share warmth. Layering is key when it comes to protecting your hands. Consider wearing a thin liner glove made of moisture-wicking material to keep your hands dry. Over the liner glove, wear a thicker insulated glove or mitten to provide insulation. This layering system allows you to adjust the level of warmth depending on the temperature and your activity level. It is also important to keep your hands dry. Moisture can quickly lead to cold hands and increase the risk of frostbite. If your gloves become wet, change them immediately or dry them by a fire or using hand warmers. Additionally, avoid touching cold metal surfaces with bare hands as they can quickly draw heat away from your skin. 2.3.2 Protecting your feet. In freezing temperatures, it is crucial to protect your feet from frostbite and other cold-related injuries. Proper footwear is essential for keeping your feet warm and dry. Look for insulated and waterproof boots that provide adequate insulation and protection from the cold. Ensure that your boots are the right size to prevent constriction and promote proper blood circulation. Layering your socks is an effective way to keep your feet warm. Start with a thin moisture-wicking sock to keep your feet dry. Over the thin sock, wear a thicker wool or synthetic blend sock for insulation. Avoid wearing cotton socks as they retain moisture and can make your feet colder. To further protect your feet, consider using foot warmers or heated insoles. These can provide additional warmth and comfort, especially during prolonged exposure to extreme cold. It is also important to keep your feet dry. If your boots become wet, change them immediately or dry them by a fire or using other heat sources. 2.3.3 Keeping your ears and nose warm. Your ears and nose are highly susceptible to frostbite in frigid temperatures. To protect your ears, wear a hat or headband that covers them completely. Look for hats made of insulating materials such as wool or fleece. Ensure that the hat fits snugly but not too tight to allow proper blood circulation. For added protection, consider wearing earmuffs or ear warmers over your hat. These accessories provide an extra layer of insulation and help trap heat around your ears. If you don't have earmuffs, you can also use a scarf or neck gaiter to cover your ears. To protect your nose, consider using a face mask or balaclava. These coverings not only protect your nose from frostbite but also help warm the air you breathe. Look for face masks or balaclavas made of breathable materials that allow moisture to escape while providing insulation. 2.3.4 Additional tips for extremity protection. Here are some additional tips to help protect your extremities in frigid temperatures. Use hand and foot warmers. Hand and foot warmers are small packets that generate heat when exposed to air. These can provide additional warmth and comfort during extreme cold. Keep moving. Physical activity helps promote blood circulation and keeps your extremities warm. Regularly move your fingers, toes, and limbs to maintain blood flow. Avoid tight clothing. Wearing tight clothing can restrict blood flow to your extremities, making them more susceptible to cold-related injuries. Ensure that your clothing allows for proper circulation. Stay hydrated. Proper hydration is essential for maintaining blood flow and preventing cold-related injuries. Drink plenty of fluids, even if you don't feel thirsty. Avoid smoking and alcohol. Smoking and alcohol can constrict blood vessels and increase the risk of frostbite. Avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumption in cold weather. By following these strategies, you can effectively protect your extremities and minimize the risk of cold-related injuries in frigid temperatures. Remember, prevention is key, so always be prepared and dress appropriately for the conditions you will be facing. 2.4 Using cold weather gear. When facing frigid temperatures, having the right cold weather gear is essential for your survival. Properly utilizing and maintaining your gear can make all the difference in staying warm and protected in extreme cold conditions. In this section, we will explore the various types of cold weather gear and provide tips on how to effectively use them. 2.4.1 Layering clothing. Layering your clothing is a fundamental principle in cold weather survival. It allows you to adjust your insulation levels based on your activity level and the external temperature. The layering system typically consists of 3 layers: base, insulation, and outer shell. The base layer is responsible for moisture management. It should be made of moisture-wicking materials such as merino wool or synthetic fabrics. This layer helps to keep your skin dry by moving sweat away from your body. The insulation layer provides warmth by trapping air close to your body. It can be made of materials like fleece, down, or synthetic insulation. The thickness of the insulation layer should be adjusted based on the temperature and your activity level. The outer shell layer acts as a barrier against wind, rain, and snow. It should be windproof, waterproof, and breathable. Gore-Tex or similar materials are commonly used for outer shells. This layer protects the underlying layers from getting wet and helps maintain insulation. 2.4.2 Choosing the right materials. When selecting cold weather gear, it is crucial to choose materials that are suitable for extreme cold conditions. Here are some key considerations. Insulation. Down and synthetic insulation are the most common choices for cold weather gear. Down provides excellent warmth-to-weight ratio but loses its insulation properties when wet. Synthetic insulation, on the other hand, retains its warmth even when damp. Shell fabric. Look for outer shells made of waterproof and windproof materials. Gore-Tex and similar fabrics offer excellent protection against the elements while allowing moisture to escape. Breathability. Your gear should allow moisture to escape to prevent sweat from accumulating and making you feel cold. Look for breathable fabrics and ventilation options in your clothing. Durability. Cold weather gear should be able to withstand harsh conditions. Reinforced stitching, durable zippers, and abrasion-resistant materials are essential for gear longevity. 2.4.3 Protecting your extremities. In extreme cold, it is crucial to protect your extremities, as they are prone to frostbite. Here are some tips for protecting your hands, feet, and head. Hands. Wear insulated gloves or mittens that are waterproof and windproof. Consider using glove liners for added warmth. It's also important to keep your hands dry to prevent frostbite. Feet. Invest in high-quality insulated boots that are waterproof and have good traction. Layer your socks with a moisture-wicking base layer and an insulating layer. Avoid tight-fitting footwear that restricts blood circulation. Head. Wear a warm hat or beanie that covers your ears. Consider using a balaclava or neck gaiter for added protection. Protect your face with a scarf or face mask to prevent frostbite. 2.4.4 Using cold weather gear. To effectively use your cold weather gear, follow these guidelines. Proper fit. Ensure that your gear fits well and allows for a full range of motion. Tight-fitting gear can restrict blood circulation, while loose-fitting gear may not provide adequate insulation. Layering. Follow the layering system mentioned earlier to regulate your body temperature. Adjust the layers based on your activity level and the external temperature. Ventilation. Use ventilation options in your clothing to regulate body heat and moisture. Open zippers, vents, or remove layers when you start to feel overheated. Proper care. Regularly clean and maintain your gear to ensure its effectiveness. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for washing and storing your gear. Repair any damages promptly to prevent further deterioration. Test your gear. Before venturing into extreme cold conditions, test your gear in milder conditions to ensure its functionality and suitability for your needs. Remember, your cold weather gear is only as good as your knowledge and ability to use it effectively. Practice using your gear in different conditions to become familiar with its features and limitations. By understanding how to properly use and maintain your gear, you can increase your chances of surviving frigid temperatures. 3. Building a shelter. 3.1 Understanding shelter requirements. When facing frigid temperatures, having a shelter is crucial for survival. A well-built shelter provides protection from the harsh elements and helps maintain body heat, preventing hypothermia and frostbite. In this section, we will explore the essential requirements for building a shelter in cold weather conditions. 3.1.1 Insulation. Insulation is the key to retaining body heat and staying warm in a cold weather shelter. The primary goal is to create a barrier between the inside of the shelter and the outside environment. Insulation materials such as snow, leaves, branches, and even clothing can be used to trap warm air and prevent heat loss. Layering these materials can enhance the insulation properties of the shelter. 3.1.2 Wind protection. Wind can quickly strip away body heat and increase the risk of hypothermia. When selecting a location for your shelter, consider the direction of the prevailing winds. Position the entrance of the shelter away from the wind to minimize drafts. Utilize natural windbreaks such as trees, rocks, or cliffs to provide additional protection. 3.1.3 Size and space. The size of your shelter should be based on the number of occupants and the equipment you need to store. It should be spacious enough to allow for movement and provide comfort during extended stays. However, keep in mind that a smaller shelter is easier to heat and maintain warmth. 3.1.4 Ventilation. While insulation is crucial, proper ventilation is equally important. Ventilation helps remove moisture and condensation from the shelter, preventing the buildup of dampness that can lead to hypothermia. It also helps maintain air quality and prevents the accumulation of carbon dioxide. Create small vents near the top of the shelter to allow for airflow without compromising insulation. 3.1.5 Durability. In extreme cold weather conditions, the shelter must be able to withstand the elements. Choose sturdy materials that can withstand heavy snowfall, strong winds, and freezing temperatures. Reinforce the structure with additional support, such as branches or rocks, to ensure stability. 3.1.6 Accessibility to resources. Consider the proximity of essential resources when selecting a shelter location. Look for a spot near water sources, firewood, and potential food sources. This will minimize the need to venture far from the shelter, reducing exposure to the cold and conserving energy. 3.1.7 Camouflage. In a survival situation, it is essential to remain hidden from potential threats. Camouflaging your shelter with natural materials such as branches, leaves, or snow can help it blend into the surroundings and make it less visible to predators or other individuals. 3.1.8 Ease of construction. When building a shelter in frigid temperatures, simplicity and efficiency are key. Choose a design that is easy to construct with the available resources and tools. Avoid complex structures that require extensive time and energy to build. Opt for simple designs like a lean-to, snow cave, or debris hut, which can be quickly assembled. 3.1.9 Location. Selecting the right location for your shelter is crucial. Look for a flat, elevated area that is free from potential hazards such as avalanches, falling trees, or flooding. Avoid low-lying areas where cold air can settle, increasing the risk of frostbite. Additionally, consider the proximity to potential rescue or evacuation routes. 3.1.10 Emergency exits. Always plan for emergencies and have multiple exits in your shelter. In the event of a sudden change in weather conditions or a threat, having alternative escape routes can be life-saving. Ensure that these exits are easily accessible and clear of any obstructions. Remember, building a shelter is a critical skill in surviving frigid temperatures. Understanding the requirements for a well-insulated, wind-protected, and durable shelter is essential for your safety and well-being. By considering these factors and adapting to the available resources, you can increase your chances of surviving in extreme cold weather conditions. 3.2 Types of shelters. When facing extreme cold weather conditions, having a shelter is crucial for survival. A well-built shelter can provide protection from the harsh elements and help maintain body heat. In this section, we will explore different types of shelters that can be constructed in frigid temperatures. 3.2.1 Snow Cave. One of the most effective shelters in cold environments is the snow cave. This type of shelter is built by digging into a snowbank or a deep snowdrift. The insulating properties of snow make it an excellent material for creating a warm and secure space. To build a snow cave, start by finding a suitable location with compacted snow. Dig into the snowbank, creating a tunnel that leads to a larger chamber. The entrance should be lower than the sleeping area to trap warm air inside. Make sure to create ventilation holes to prevent carbon dioxide buildup. The walls of the snow cave should be at least 1 foot thick to provide insulation. 3.2.2 Quincy. Similar to a snow cave, a quincy is another type of shelter that utilizes snow as its primary building material. To construct a quincy, start by piling up a large mound of snow. Allow the snow to settle for a few hours to increase its stability. Once the snow has settled, hollow out the mound, leaving a thick layer of snow as the outer shell. The interior space should be large enough to accommodate your body and provide insulation. Make sure to create a small ventilation hole near the top to allow fresh air to circulate. 3.2.3 Igloo. An igloo is a traditional shelter used by indigenous peoples in Arctic regions. It is constructed using blocks of compacted snow, which are cut and shaped into a dome-like structure. The unique shape of an igloo helps to distribute weight evenly and provides excellent insulation. To build an igloo, start by cutting blocks of snow and stacking them in a circular pattern, gradually moving inward to create a dome shape. The blocks are then secured using a mixture of snow and ice, known as igloo glue. The interior of the igloo can be further insulated with a layer of animal skins or additional snow. 3.2.4 Lean-to shelter. A lean-to shelter is a simple and quick shelter that can be constructed using natural materials. It involves leaning a large piece of wood or a tarp against a sturdy support, such as a tree or a rock. The lean-to provides protection from wind and snow, creating a small space to huddle and conserve body heat. To build a lean-to shelter, find a suitable location with a sturdy support. Place the large piece of wood or tarp at an angle against the support, ensuring that it is secure and stable. Use additional branches, leaves, or snow to create walls and improve insulation. 3.2.5 Tree pit shelter. In forested areas, a tree pit shelter can be a viable option for protection against the cold. This type of shelter utilizes the natural hollows or depressions formed around the base of trees. To create a tree pit shelter, find a tree with a large enough pit or dig a shallow pit around the base of a tree. Clear any snow or debris from the pit and line the bottom with insulating materials such as leaves, branches, or pine needles. Use additional branches or a tarp to create a roof over the pit, providing further protection from the elements. 3.2.6 Tarp shelter. A tarp shelter is a versatile option that can be easily set up in cold weather conditions. It requires a tarp or a large piece of waterproof fabric and some basic camping equipment. To construct a tarp shelter, start by finding a suitable location with sturdy anchor points, such as trees or rocks. Attach one edge of the tarp to the anchor points and secure it tightly. Use additional ropes or cords to create tension and shape the tarp into a shelter. The sides of the tarp can be secured to the ground using stakes or rocks to provide additional protection from wind and snow. These are just a few examples of shelters that can be constructed in frigid temperatures. When building a shelter, it is essential to consider factors such as insulation, ventilation, and protection from the elements. Remember to choose a location that is safe and away from potential hazards. By understanding the different types of shelters and their construction techniques, you can increase your chances of surviving in extreme cold weather conditions. 3.3 Building a snow shelter. When faced with extreme cold weather conditions, building a snow shelter can be a crucial skill for survival. Snow shelters provide insulation from the freezing temperatures and can protect you from the harsh elements. In this section, we will explore the different types of snow shelters and provide step-by-step instructions on how to build one. 3.3.1 Types of snow shelters. There are several types of snow shelters that you can build depending on the available resources and the severity of the weather conditions. Here are some common types. 3.3.1.1 Snow Cave. A snow cave is one of the most effective snow shelters for extreme cold. It provides excellent insulation and can be built relatively quickly. To build a snow cave, follow these steps. Find a suitable location with a good snowpack. Look for an area with compacted snow that is not prone to avalanches or drifting snow. Dig a trench in the snow that is slightly longer and wider than your body. The trench should be deep enough for you to sit up comfortably. Create an entrance tunnel that slopes downward to prevent cold air from entering the cave. The tunnel should be long enough to block the wind. Dig out the sleeping area inside the cave, making sure to create a flat surface for you to lie on. The sleeping area should be slightly elevated to prevent cold air from settling. Smooth the walls and ceiling of the cave to prevent dripping and condensation. Create ventilation holes near the top of the cave to allow fresh air to enter and prevent carbon dioxide buildup. 3.3.1.2 Quincy. A quincy is another type of snow shelter that is relatively easy to build. It is constructed by piling up a large mound of snow and then hollowing it out. Here's how to build a quincy. Find a suitable location with deep snow. The snow should be compacted enough to hold its shape but not too hard to dig into. Create a mound of snow by piling it up in a dome shape. The mound should be at least 6 feet, 2 meters, high and wide. Allow the mound to settle for a couple of hours to let the snow particles bond together. Begin hollowing out the mound by digging an entrance tunnel that slopes upward to prevent cold air from entering. Once inside the mound, start hollowing out the sleeping area. The walls should be at least 1 foot, 30 centimeters, thick for insulation. Smooth the walls and ceiling of the quincy to prevent dripping and condensation. Create ventilation holes near the top of the quincy to allow fresh air to enter and prevent carbon dioxide buildup. 3.3.1.3 Snow Trench. A snow trench is a simple and quick snow shelter that can provide protection from the wind and cold. Here's how to build a snow trench. Find a suitable location with deep snow. Look for an area with compacted snow that is not prone to avalanches or drifting snow. Dig a trench in the snow that is long enough for you to lie down comfortably. The trench should be deep enough to provide insulation from the cold. Create an entrance tunnel that slopes downward to prevent cold air from entering the trench. Smooth the walls and floor of the trench to prevent dripping and condensation. Cover the trench with a tarp or a layer of snow to provide additional insulation. 3.3.2 Building a snow shelter. Building a snow shelter requires careful planning and attention to detail. Here are the general steps to follow when constructing a snow shelter. Choose a suitable location. Look for an area with compacted snow that is not prone to avalanches or drifting snow. Avoid areas with overhanging branches or potential hazards. Gather the necessary tools. You will need a snow shovel or a snow saw to dig and shape the snow. Prepare the site. Clear away any loose snow or debris from the area where you plan to build the shelter. Determine the size and shape. Decide on the size and shape of your shelter based on the number of people it needs to accommodate and the severity of the weather conditions. Start digging. Begin digging out the snow, starting with the entrance tunnel or doorway. Make sure the entrance is low and narrow to prevent cold air from entering. Create the sleeping area. Dig out the sleeping area inside the shelter, making sure to create a flat surface for lying down. Consider elevating the sleeping area slightly to prevent cold air from settling. Smooth the walls and ceiling. Use your tools to smooth the walls and ceiling of the shelter to prevent dripping and condensation. Create ventilation holes. Near the top of the shelter, dig small ventilation holes to allow fresh air to enter and prevent carbon dioxide buildup. Reinforce the structure. If necessary, reinforce the walls and ceiling of the shelter with blocks of compacted snow or sticks for added stability. Test the shelter. Before fully committing to the shelter, spend some time inside to ensure it provides adequate insulation and protection from the elements. Remember, building a snow shelter requires practice and experience. It is essential to continually assess the weather conditions and make adjustments to your shelter if needed. With proper construction and maintenance, a snow shelter can be a life-saving refuge in frigid temperatures. 3.4 Creating an emergency shelter. When faced with extreme cold weather conditions, having a reliable and well-built shelter is crucial for survival. In this section, we will explore the importance of creating an emergency shelter and provide you with practical tips on how to construct one in frigid temperatures. 3.4.1 Understanding the importance of an emergency shelter. In freezing temperatures, exposure to the elements can quickly lead to hypothermia and other life-threatening conditions. An emergency shelter acts as a protective barrier against the cold, wind, and precipitation, helping to retain body heat and keep you safe from the harsh environment. An emergency shelter serves multiple purposes. It provides a place to rest and recover, shields you from the wind and snow, and helps conserve energy by reducing heat loss. Additionally, a well-constructed shelter can offer psychological comfort and a sense of security, which is crucial for maintaining mental and emotional resilience in challenging situations. 3.4.2 Choosing the right location. Selecting an appropriate location for your emergency shelter is essential. Look for a spot that offers natural protection from the wind, such as the leeward side of a hill or a dense stand of trees. Avoid low-lying areas prone to flooding or areas with the risk of avalanches. Ensure that your chosen location is easily accessible and not too far from your water and food sources. It's also important to consider visibility for potential rescue efforts. If possible, choose a spot that is visible from the air or from a distance. 3.4.3 Shelter Design and Construction. When constructing an emergency shelter in frigid temperatures, simplicity and efficiency are key. Here are a few shelter designs that are effective in cold weather conditions. Snow cave. A snow cave is one of the most effective emergency shelters in snowy environments. To create a snow cave, follow these steps. Find a snowdrift or a bank of snow that is deep enough to dig into. Dig a tunnel into the snowbank, making sure it slopes slightly upward to prevent cold air from settling inside. Create a small entrance tunnel that leads into a larger chamber where you will sleep. Smooth the walls and ceiling of the chamber to prevent dripping and condensation. Create ventilation holes near the top of the cave to allow fresh air to circulate. Debris hut. A debris hut is a shelter made from natural materials such as branches, leaves, and foliage. Here's how to construct a debris hut. Find a sturdy tree or a fallen log to serve as the main support for your shelter. Lean branches against the support to create a framework for the hut. Layer smaller branches and foliage over the framework to create a thick, insulating layer. Cover the entire structure with additional leaves, moss, or snow for added insulation. Create a small entrance and crawl inside, making sure to close the entrance behind you to retain heat. Tarp shelter. If you have a tarp or a large piece of waterproof fabric, you can quickly create a simple shelter. Follow these steps. Find 2 sturdy trees or use trekking poles to create a ridgeline. Attach the tarp to the ridgeline, ensuring it is taut and secure. Stake down the corners and sides of the tarp to prevent it from flapping in the wind. Use additional ropes or bungee cords to create tension and stability. If possible, add insulation such as leaves or pine branches underneath the tarp for added warmth. 3.4.4 Insulating your shelter. Once you have constructed your emergency shelter, it's important to insulate it properly to maximize heat retention. Here are a few tips. Use natural materials such as pine branches, leaves, or moss to create a thick layer of insulation on the floor of your shelter. If you have a sleeping pad or a survival blanket, place it on top of the insulation layer to provide additional insulation and cushioning. Hang a tarp or a space blanket over the entrance of your shelter to create a vestibule, which helps trap warm air inside and prevents cold drafts. If you have access to snow, pile it up around the sides of your shelter to create an extra layer of insulation. 3.4.5 Safety Considerations. While creating an emergency shelter is crucial for survival in frigid temperatures, it's important to keep safety considerations in mind. Avoid building your shelter too close to a fire or heat source, as it can pose a fire hazard. Regularly check your shelter for signs of damage or collapse, especially during heavy snowfall or strong winds. Ensure proper ventilation in your shelter to prevent the buildup of carbon monoxide from any heating devices you may be using. Always have an emergency exit plan in case of an unexpected event or if rescue becomes necessary. Remember, an emergency shelter is a temporary solution. If rescue is possible, it's important to signal for help and seek professional assistance as soon as possible. Creating a well-built and insulated emergency shelter can significantly increase your chances of surviving in frigid temperatures. By understanding the importance of shelter, choosing the right location, and constructing a suitable structure, you can protect yourself from the elements and maintain your body heat, ultimately increasing your chances of survival in extreme cold weather conditions. 3.5 Maintaining your shelter. Once you have built a shelter in a cold environment, it is crucial to maintain it properly to ensure your safety and comfort. In frigid temperatures, your shelter becomes your lifeline, protecting you from the harsh elements and providing a refuge from the cold. This section will guide you on how to effectively maintain your shelter in extreme cold conditions. 3.5.1 Clearing snow and ice. One of the primary challenges in maintaining a shelter in frigid temperatures is dealing with snow and ice accumulation. Snow can quickly build up around your shelter, making it difficult to access and compromising its structural integrity. Regularly clearing snow from the entrance and the roof of your shelter is essential to prevent collapses and ensure proper ventilation. To clear snow from the entrance, use a shovel or your hands to create a pathway. It is important to keep the entrance clear to allow easy access and prevent snow from blocking your exit in case of an emergency. Additionally, clearing snow from the roof will prevent excess weight from accumulating and causing the shelter to collapse. Use a long pole or a snow rake to carefully remove snow from the roof, taking care not to damage the shelter in the process. Ice can also pose a significant challenge in maintaining your shelter. If ice forms on the walls or floor of your shelter, it can make the surface slippery and increase the risk of accidents. To prevent ice formation, insulate the interior of your shelter properly and use a sleeping pad or a tarp on the floor to provide an additional layer of protection. If ice does form, use a scraper or a shovel to remove it carefully, ensuring not to damage the shelter's structure. 3.5.2 Ventilation. Proper ventilation is crucial in maintaining a shelter in frigid temperatures. While it may seem counterintuitive to let cold air into your shelter, ventilation is essential to prevent condensation and maintain air quality. Without adequate ventilation, moisture from your breath and body heat can accumulate inside the shelter, leading to dampness, frost, and even mold growth. To ensure proper ventilation, create a small opening or vent near the top of your shelter. This will allow moisture and stale air to escape while allowing fresh air to enter. However, be cautious not to create a large opening that may let in excessive cold air, compromising the warmth of your shelter. You can use a piece of fabric or a tarp to cover the vent partially, regulating the airflow as needed. 3.5.3 Insulation and heat retention. Insulation is key to maintaining warmth inside your shelter. Proper insulation will help retain heat and prevent cold air from seeping in. Insulate the walls and roof of your shelter with materials such as snow, leaves, or branches to create an additional barrier against the cold. Pay special attention to any gaps or cracks that may allow cold air to enter and seal them with snow or other available materials. To further enhance heat retention, consider using a reflective emergency blanket or a tarp on the interior walls of your shelter. These materials can help reflect your body heat back into the shelter, keeping you warmer. Additionally, using a sleeping bag or multiple layers of blankets will provide insulation and help you retain body heat during the night. 3.5.4 Regular maintenance. Regular maintenance of your shelter is essential to ensure its longevity and effectiveness. Inspect the structure of your shelter regularly for any signs of damage or wear. Repair any cracks, tears, or weak spots promptly to prevent further deterioration. Reinforce the structure if necessary, using additional branches or snow blocks to strengthen the walls and roof. Check the stability of your shelter after heavy snowfall or strong winds. Remove any excess snow from the roof and walls to prevent collapses and maintain the structural integrity of the shelter. Additionally, inspect the surrounding area for any potential hazards such as falling branches or unstable trees that may pose a risk to your shelter. 3.5.5 Fire safety. If you have a fire inside your shelter for warmth or cooking, it is crucial to prioritize fire safety. Ensure that your shelter is well ventilated to prevent the buildup of smoke and carbon monoxide. Use a proper fire pit or stove that is designed for indoor use and follow all safety guidelines for fire management. Keep flammable materials away from the fire and maintain a safe distance between your shelter and the flames. Regularly check the fire to ensure it is contained and does not pose a risk to the shelter or yourself. Always have a fire extinguisher or a bucket of water nearby in case of emergencies. 3.5.6 Organization and cleanliness. Maintaining a clean and organized shelter is not only important for your physical well-being but also for your mental and emotional well-being. Keep your shelter tidy and free from clutter to maximize the available space and reduce the risk of accidents. Store your gear and supplies in designated areas to easily locate them when needed. Regularly clean the interior of your shelter to remove any debris, dirt, or snow that may have accumulated. This will help maintain a hygienic environment and prevent the growth of bacteria or mold. Additionally, keeping your shelter organized and clean will contribute to a sense of order and calmness, promoting a positive mindset in challenging conditions. By following these guidelines, you can effectively maintain your shelter in frigid temperatures, ensuring your safety, comfort, and resilience in extreme cold environments. Remember, your shelter is your sanctuary, and taking care of it is essential for your survival. 4. Finding and purifying water. 4.1 Water sources in cold environments. When it comes to surviving in cold environments, one of the most crucial aspects is ensuring a reliable source of water. In extreme cold temperatures, finding and accessing water can be a challenging task. However, understanding the various water sources available and knowing how to obtain and purify water is essential for your survival. 4.1.1 Natural water sources. In cold environments, water sources can be limited and often frozen. However, there are still several potential sources of water that you can utilize. Here are some common natural water sources to look for. Rivers and streams. Moving water is less likely to freeze completely, making rivers and streams a reliable source of water. Look for areas where the water is flowing freely, as these sections are less likely to be frozen over. Lakes and ponds. While lakes and ponds may be frozen on the surface, there is still water beneath the ice. Use caution when accessing these water sources and avoid areas with thin ice. It is advisable to melt the ice before collecting the water. Snow and ice. In cold environments, snow and ice can be a valuable source of water. Collecting and melting snow or ice can provide you with drinking water. However, it is important to purify the water before consumption to remove any potential contaminants. 4.1.2 Collecting and melting snow. Snow is an abundant resource in cold environments, and it can be a lifesaver when it comes to obtaining water. Here are some methods for collecting and melting snow. Snow collection. Look for areas with fresh, untouched snow. Avoid collecting snow from areas near roads or human activity, as it may be contaminated. Use a clean container or fabric to collect the snow, ensuring that it is free from debris. Melting snow. To melt the snow, you will need a heat source. If you have a fire, you can use a metal container or a pot to melt the snow over the flames. Alternatively, you can use a stove or a portable camping stove. It is important to purify the melted snow before drinking it. 4.1.3 Purifying water in cold environments. In cold environments, water sources may be contaminated with bacteria, viruses, or other harmful substances. It is crucial to purify the water before consuming it to prevent waterborne illnesses. Here are some methods of water purification. Boiling. Boiling water is one of the most effective methods of purification. Bring the water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute to kill any harmful microorganisms. Boiling water will also help to melt any ice or snow present. Chemical treatment. Chemical treatments such as water purification tablets or liquid iodine can be used to kill bacteria and viruses. Follow the instructions provided with the treatment and allow the water to sit for the recommended time before consuming. Filtration. Filtration systems can remove impurities and contaminants from the water. Portable water filters or filtration straws are compact and easy to carry. Ensure that the filter is designed to remove bacteria and viruses. 4.1.4 Storing water. In cold environments, it is important to have a reliable method of storing water. Here are some tips for storing water in cold conditions. Insulated containers. Use insulated containers or thermoses to store water. These containers will help prevent the water from freezing and keep it at a drinkable temperature for longer periods. Underground storage. If possible, bury your water containers underground. The insulating properties of the soil will help prevent freezing and keep the water from reaching extremely low temperatures. Keep water moving. If you have a heat source, such as a fire, keep a small amount of water near the heat to prevent it from freezing. This water can be used for immediate consumption, while the rest can be stored in insulated containers. 4.1.5 Preventing dehydration. In cold environments, it is easy to underestimate the risk of dehydration. However, staying hydrated is crucial for your survival. Here are some tips to prevent dehydration. Drink regularly. Even if you do not feel thirsty, make a conscious effort to drink water regularly. Cold temperatures can suppress your thirst response, so it is important to stay hydrated. Avoid alcohol and caffeine. While it may be tempting to warm up with a hot drink, alcohol and caffeine can actually dehydrate you. Opt for warm water or herbal teas instead. Eat hydrating foods. Some foods, such as fruits and vegetables, have high water content and can contribute to your hydration. Include these foods in your diet to supplement your water intake. Remember, water is essential for your survival in cold environments. Understanding the available water sources, collecting and purifying water, and taking steps to prevent dehydration will greatly increase your chances of staying hydrated and healthy in extreme cold temperatures. 4.2 Methods of water purification. When you find yourself in a cold environment, one of the most crucial aspects of survival is ensuring you have access to clean and safe drinking water. In extreme cold temperatures, water sources may be frozen or contaminated, making it essential to know various methods of water purification. These methods will help you remove harmful bacteria, viruses, and parasites, ensuring that the water you consume is safe for hydration and preventing dehydration. 4.2.1 Boiling water. Boiling water is one of the most effective and reliable methods of water purification, even in cold weather conditions. By bringing water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute, or 3 minutes at higher altitudes, you can kill most microorganisms that may be present. Boiling water not only eliminates harmful bacteria and viruses but also helps to remove any unpleasant taste or odor. To boil water in cold weather, you will need a heat source such as a stove, campfire, or portable stove. It is essential to ensure that you have a sufficient supply of fuel to maintain the fire or stove in freezing temperatures. Remember to use a pot or container that can withstand high temperatures and is suitable for outdoor use. 4.2.2 Chemical water treatment. Chemical water treatment is another effective method of purifying water in cold environments. There are various chemical treatments available, such as iodine tablets, chlorine dioxide drops, and water purification tablets. These chemicals work by killing or neutralizing harmful microorganisms present in the water. When using chemical water treatment, it is crucial to carefully follow the instructions provided with the product. The effectiveness of chemical treatments can be affected by cold temperatures, so it may be necessary to extend the treatment time or increase the dosage. Additionally, chemical treatments may leave a residual taste or odor in the water, which can be improved by using flavoring packets or adding a small amount of powdered drink mix. 4.2.3 Filtration. Filtration is a method of water purification that physically removes impurities and contaminants from the water. It is particularly useful for removing larger particles, sediment, and debris. In cold weather, when water sources may be frozen or contain ice, filtration can help remove these solid particles, making the water clearer and more palatable. There are various types of water filters available, including portable water filters, pump filters, and gravity filters. Portable water filters are compact and lightweight, making them ideal for cold weather survival situations. Pump filters require manual effort to draw water through the filter, while gravity filters use the force of gravity to filter water without the need for pumping. When using a water filter in cold temperatures, it is essential to prevent the filter from freezing. Keep the filter close to your body or insulate it with clothing to maintain its functionality. Regularly check the filter for any signs of freezing or damage and follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper maintenance and cleaning. 4.2.4 Solar Water Disinfection. Solar water disinfection, also known as SODIS, is a simple and environmentally friendly method of water purification. This method utilizes the sun's ultraviolet (UV) radiation to kill harmful microorganisms present in the water. It is particularly effective in cold environments where sunlight is abundant, even during winter months. To use the SODIS method, fill clear plastic or glass bottles with water and place them in direct sunlight for at least 6 hours. The UV radiation from the sun will destroy the microorganisms, making the water safe to drink. It is essential to use transparent bottles and avoid using colored or opaque containers as they may block the UV rays. In cold weather, it may be necessary to insulate the bottles to prevent freezing. You can wrap the bottles in dark colored fabric or place them in an insulated container to retain heat. It is crucial to position the bottles in a location where they receive maximum sunlight exposure throughout the day. 4.2.5 Distillation. Distillation is a more complex method of water purification that involves heating water to create steam and then condensing the steam back into liquid form. This process effectively removes impurities, including bacteria, viruses, and minerals, leaving behind clean and pure water. While distillation can be an effective method, it requires more equipment and energy compared to other purification methods. It may not be practical in a survival situation unless you have the necessary tools and resources. However, if you have access to a heat source and the required equipment, distillation can provide a reliable source of purified water in cold environments. Remember that water is essential for survival, and it is crucial to prioritize finding and purifying water in cold weather conditions. By using methods such as boiling, chemical treatment, filtration, solar disinfection, or distillation, you can ensure that the water you consume is safe and free from harmful contaminants. Regularly check your water sources and adapt your purification methods based on the available resources and environmental conditions. 4.3 Collecting and storing water. Water is essential for survival in any environment, and this is especially true in cold weather conditions. In frigid temperatures, it is crucial to have a reliable source of water and to know how to collect and store it properly. In this section, we will explore various methods of collecting and storing water in cold environments to ensure your hydration and survival. 4.3.1 Finding water sources. Finding water sources in cold environments can be challenging, as many natural water sources may be frozen or inaccessible. However, with the right knowledge and skills, you can locate and utilize water sources to meet your hydration needs. One of the most reliable sources of water in cold weather is snow. Snow can be melted to provide drinking water, but it is important to remember that not all snow is safe to consume. Avoid yellow or discolored snow, as it may contain impurities. Instead, collect fresh, clean snow from untouched areas, such as the tops of trees or open fields. Another potential water source in cold environments is ice. If you come across a frozen lake or river, you can melt the ice to obtain water. However, exercise caution when collecting ice, as thin ice can be dangerous. Test the thickness of the ice before attempting to collect it by using a tool or your foot to gently tap on the surface. If the ice feels solid and thick, you can proceed with caution. In addition to natural sources, you can also consider collecting water from man-made structures, such as buildings or vehicles. Look for pipes or faucets that may still have running water, or check vehicles for water in their radiators. Remember to purify any water you collect from these sources before consuming it. 4.3.2 Purifying water in cold environments. In cold weather, it is essential to purify any water you collect to ensure it is safe for consumption. Even if the water appears clean, it may still contain harmful bacteria, viruses, or parasites. There are several methods you can use to purify water in cold environments. Boiling. Boiling water is one of the most effective methods of purification. Bring the water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute to kill any pathogens. However, keep in mind that boiling water requires a heat source, so make sure you have the necessary equipment and fuel. Chemical purification. Chemicals such as iodine or chlorine can be used to purify water. Follow the instructions on the product carefully, as the dosage and contact time may vary. Chemical purification is a lightweight and convenient method, but it may leave a taste or odor in the water. Filtration. Filtration systems can remove impurities from water, including bacteria and protozoa. Look for portable water filters specifically designed for cold weather use. These filters often have a built-in mechanism to prevent freezing and clogging. UV sterilization. UV sterilization devices use ultraviolet light to kill microorganisms in water. These devices are lightweight and easy to use, but they require batteries or a power source. UV sterilization is effective against most pathogens but may not remove sediment or other impurities. 4.3.3 Storing water in cold environments. Once you have collected and purified water, it is important to store it properly to prevent contamination and freezing. Here are some tips for storing water in cold environments. Use insulated containers. Insulated containers can help prevent water from freezing in extremely cold temperatures. Look for containers specifically designed for cold weather use, or wrap your water containers in insulating materials such as foam or blankets. Keep water off the ground. Placing your water containers on an elevated surface, such as a shelf or a platform, can help prevent them from freezing to the ground. This will also reduce the risk of contamination from snow or dirt. Protect from sunlight. Sunlight can cause the temperature of your water containers to fluctuate, leading to freezing and thawing cycles. Store your water containers in a shaded area to maintain a more consistent temperature. Rotate your water supply. If you are in a long-term survival situation, it is important to rotate your water supply regularly. This will ensure that you always have access to fresh, clean water and minimize the risk of contamination. Remember, water is a precious resource in cold weather survival. It is essential to collect, purify, and store water properly to ensure your hydration and overall well-being. By following these guidelines, you can stay hydrated and increase your chances of surviving in frigid temperatures. 4.4 Preventing dehydration. Dehydration is a serious concern in any survival situation, and it becomes even more critical in cold weather environments. When the temperature drops, our bodies work harder to stay warm, and this increased effort can lead to a higher rate of water loss through sweating and respiration. Additionally, the cold air tends to be drier, further contributing to dehydration. Therefore, it is crucial to prioritize hydration and take proactive measures to prevent dehydration in cold weather conditions. 4.4.1 Importance of hydration. Water is essential for our bodies to function properly, and maintaining proper hydration is crucial for survival. In cold weather, dehydration can occur more rapidly than in milder conditions, and its effects can be exacerbated by the challenges of the environment. Dehydration can lead to a range of symptoms, including dizziness, fatigue, confusion, decreased cognitive function, and even organ failure in severe cases. Therefore, it is vital to understand the importance of hydration and take steps to prevent dehydration in cold weather. 4.4.2 Hydration tips for cold weather. To prevent dehydration in cold weather, here are some important tips to keep in mind. 4.4.2.1 Drink plenty of water. Make it a priority to drink plenty of water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. In cold weather, our bodies may not signal thirst as effectively, so it's important to stay proactive. Aim to drink at least 8 cups, 64 ounces, of water per day, and increase your intake if you are engaging in physical activity or sweating. 4.4.2.2 Avoid alcohol and caffeine. While it may be tempting to reach for a warm cup of coffee or a shot of whiskey to combat the cold, it's important to limit your consumption of alcohol and caffeine. Both alcohol and caffeine can contribute to dehydration by increasing urine production and interfering with the body's ability to retain water. Instead, opt for warm water, herbal teas, or electrolyte-rich beverages to stay hydrated. 4.4.2.3 Eat hydrating foods. In addition to drinking water, you can also increase your hydration levels by consuming foods with high water content. Fruits and vegetables like watermelon, cucumber, oranges, and lettuce are excellent choices as they not only provide hydration but also essential vitamins and minerals. Including these foods in your diet can help replenish fluids and maintain hydration levels. 4.4.2.4 Use insulated water bottles. In cold weather, it's important to prevent your water from freezing. Invest in insulated water bottles or thermoses that can keep your water from turning into ice. This will ensure that you have access to liquid water throughout the day, even in freezing temperatures. You can also wrap your water bottle in an insulating material like a wool sock or a neoprene sleeve for added protection against freezing. 4.4.2.5 Melt snow for drinking water. If you find yourself without a water source, you can melt snow for drinking water. However, it's important to purify the melted snow before consuming it to remove any potential contaminants. You can use a portable water filter, water purification tablets, or boil the water for at least 1 minute to make it safe for drinking. Remember that melting snow requires a heat source, so ensure you have the necessary equipment to start a fire. 4.4.2.6 Monitor urine color. Monitoring the color of your urine can be a helpful indicator of your hydration status. In general, clear or light yellow urine indicates proper hydration, while dark yellow or amber-colored urine suggests dehydration. If you notice that your urine is dark, increase your water intake immediately to prevent further dehydration. 4.4.2.7 Protect your water sources. In cold weather, it's crucial to protect your water sources from freezing. If you have access to a natural water source, such as a stream or lake, ensure that it remains accessible by breaking the ice or using a water filter specifically designed for cold weather conditions. If you are carrying water bottles, keep them close to your body to prevent them from freezing. 4.4.3 Signs of dehydration. It's important to be aware of the signs of dehydration so that you can take prompt action if you or someone in your group becomes dehydrated. Some common signs of dehydration include thirst, dry mouth and throat, fatigue and weakness, dizziness or lightheadedness, dark-colored urine, decreased urine output, dry skin, headache, muscle cramps. If you or someone in your group experiences any of these symptoms, it's crucial to address dehydration immediately. Stop and rest, drink water or a hydrating beverage, and seek shelter if necessary. 4.4.4 Conclusion. Preventing dehydration is essential for survival in cold weather environments. By prioritizing hydration, drinking plenty of water, and taking proactive measures to prevent water sources from freezing, you can maintain proper hydration levels and reduce the risk of dehydration. Remember to monitor your urine color, eat hydrating foods, and avoid alcohol and caffeine. By following these tips, you can stay hydrated and increase your chances of survival in frigid temperatures. 5. Obtaining food in cold environments. 5.1 Understanding cold weather food sources. When it comes to surviving in cold weather environments, obtaining food is crucial for maintaining energy levels and staying healthy. In extreme cold conditions, food sources may be scarce, and it is important to understand where to find nourishment. This section will explore the various cold weather food sources and provide insights on how to obtain them. 5.1.1 Animal life in cold environments. Cold weather environments are home to a variety of animal species that have adapted to survive in these harsh conditions. Understanding the behavior and habits of these animals can greatly increase your chances of obtaining food. In cold regions, you can find mammals such as deer, elk, moose, and caribou, which are excellent sources of protein. These animals are often found in herds and can be tracked by their footprints or droppings. Predatory animals like wolves, foxes, and bears also inhabit cold regions. While they may not be a direct food source, they can indicate the presence of other animals that you can hunt or trap for food. Additionally, birds such as grouse, ptarmigan, and waterfowl can be found in cold weather environments and provide a source of meat. 5.1.2 Hunting and trapping techniques. Hunting and trapping are effective methods of obtaining food in cold weather environments. However, it is important to have the necessary skills and knowledge to do so safely and ethically. Here are some techniques to consider. 5.1.2.1 Hunting. Hunting involves tracking and killing animals for food. In cold weather, animals may be more active during certain times of the day, such as early morning or late afternoon when temperatures are slightly warmer. It is essential to be patient, observant, and stealthy while hunting. Tracking. Look for animal tracks in the snow or mud. Fresh tracks indicate recent activity, increasing your chances of finding an animal. Ambush. Find a strategic location, such as a game trail or near a water source, and wait for animals to pass by. This technique requires patience and camouflage to remain undetected. Stalking. Move slowly and quietly towards an animal, using natural cover to conceal your presence. This technique requires careful observation and knowledge of animal behavior. 5.1.2.2 Trapping. Trapping involves setting up devices to capture animals for food. Traps can be effective in cold weather environments, as animals may be more focused on finding food and less cautious about potential dangers. Here are some common trapping techniques. Snares. Snares are simple traps made of wire or cord that tighten around an animal's neck or body when triggered. They can be set up along game trails or near burrows. Deadfalls. Deadfalls are traps that use a heavy object, such as a log or rock, to crush an animal when triggered. They require careful construction and placement to be effective. Pitfalls. Pitfalls are holes dug in the ground and covered with branches or leaves. Animals fall into the pit and are unable to escape. This technique requires knowledge of animal behavior and careful concealment of the pit. 5.1.3 Foraging for edible plants. While animal sources provide essential protein, foraging for edible plants can supplement your diet and provide important vitamins and minerals. Despite the cold weather, certain plants can survive and even thrive in these conditions. Here are some examples of edible plants that can be found in cold weather environments. Rose hips. The fruit of wild roses, rose hips are rich in vitamin C and can be eaten raw or used to make tea. Birch trees. Birch trees provide a variety of edible resources. The inner bark can be dried and ground into flour, while the sap can be collected and consumed as a refreshing drink. Cattails. Cattails are a versatile plant found near water sources. The young shoots can be eaten raw or cooked, and the roots can be ground into flour. Pine trees. Pine trees offer edible resources such as pine nuts, which are a good source of fat and protein. The inner bark can also be dried and ground into flour. When foraging for plants, it is crucial to have proper identification skills to avoid consuming toxic or inedible species. Familiarize yourself with local plant life and consult a reliable field guide or expert if unsure. 5.1.4 Preserving and cooking food. In cold weather environments, preserving and cooking food properly is essential for maximizing its nutritional value and preventing spoilage. Here are some techniques to consider. Drying. Drying food removes moisture, extending its shelf life. Meat can be dried by slicing it into thin strips and hanging it in a well-ventilated area. Fruits and vegetables can also be dried for long-term storage. Smoking. Smoking food not only preserves it but also adds flavor. Construct a smokehouse or use a makeshift smoker to smoke meat and fish. Cooking. Cooking food thoroughly kills bacteria and parasites, making it safe to consume. Use a campfire, stove, or improvised cooking device to cook your food properly. Remember to practice proper food safety measures, such as storing perishable items in a cool and dry place, to prevent foodborne illnesses. In conclusion, understanding cold weather food sources is crucial for survival in extreme conditions. By familiarizing yourself with animal behavior, hunting and trapping techniques, foraging for edible plants, and preserving and cooking food properly, you can ensure a steady supply of nourishment to sustain yourself in the frigid temperatures. 5.2 Hunting and Trapping Techniques. When you find yourself in a cold environment, obtaining food becomes crucial for your survival. In extreme cold conditions, traditional methods of obtaining food may not be feasible, such as fishing or farming. Therefore, hunting and trapping become essential skills to learn in order to sustain yourself in frigid temperatures. 5.2.1 Understanding the importance of hunting and trapping. Hunting and trapping are not only essential for obtaining food but also for maintaining a sense of normalcy and routine in a harsh environment. Engaging in these activities can provide a sense of purpose and help you stay mentally and emotionally resilient. Additionally, hunting and trapping can be a valuable source of protein and nutrients, which are vital for maintaining your energy levels and overall health. 5.2.2 Choosing the right hunting and trapping techniques. In cold environments, it is important to choose hunting and trapping techniques that are effective and efficient. Here are some techniques that can be particularly useful. 5.2.2.1 Snaring. Snaring is a technique that involves setting up a trap using a looped wire or cord to catch animals. This method is effective for catching small to medium-sized game, such as rabbits or squirrels. It is important to learn how to properly set up snares and identify suitable locations for them. Remember to check your snares regularly to ensure that you do not waste energy on empty traps. 5.2.2.2 Tracking. Tracking is a skill that allows you to follow the footprints and other signs left by animals. By understanding animal behavior and movement patterns, you can increase your chances of successfully hunting them. Look for fresh tracks in the snow or mud and follow them quietly and patiently. Tracking requires a keen eye and knowledge of the animal's habits, so take the time to learn about the wildlife in your area. 5.2.2.3 Ice fishing. Ice fishing is a popular method of obtaining food in cold environments. It involves drilling a hole in the ice and using baited hooks or fishing lines to catch fish. Ice fishing requires patience and knowledge of the local fish species and their behavior. It is important to ensure that the ice is thick enough to support your weight before venturing out onto frozen lakes or rivers. 5.2.2.4 Trapping. Trapping involves setting up various types of traps to catch animals. There are different types of traps available, such as deadfall traps, cage traps, and leg hold traps. It is important to learn how to set up traps safely and humanely, as well as how to identify suitable locations for them. Trapping can be an effective method for catching larger game, such as beavers or foxes. 5.2.3 Safety Considerations. When engaging in hunting and trapping activities in frigid temperatures, it is crucial to prioritize safety. Here are some important safety considerations to keep in mind. 5.2.3.1 Dressing appropriately. Ensure that you are dressed in appropriate cold weather gear to protect yourself from the elements. Layer your clothing to provide insulation and warmth, and make sure to wear waterproof and insulated boots to keep your feet dry and warm. Additionally, wear gloves and a hat to prevent frostbite on your extremities. 5.2.3.2 Carrying essential equipment. Always carry essential equipment with you, such as a knife, rope, and a first aid kit. These items can be invaluable in various hunting and trapping situations. Additionally, consider carrying a compass or GPS device to help you navigate and avoid getting lost in unfamiliar terrain. 5.2.3.3 Knowing local regulations. Before engaging in hunting and trapping activities, familiarize yourself with local regulations and obtain any necessary permits or licenses. It is important to respect wildlife conservation laws and ensure that you are hunting and trapping within legal boundaries. 5.2.3.4 Practicing ethical hunting and trapping. When hunting and trapping, it is essential to practice ethical and responsible techniques. This includes minimizing suffering to the animals and only taking what you need for sustenance. Respect the wildlife and their habitats, and avoid causing unnecessary harm or disturbance. 5.2.4 Learning from indigenous techniques. In cold environments, indigenous communities have developed unique hunting and trapping techniques that have been passed down through generations. Take the time to learn from these communities and their traditional knowledge. Their techniques often prioritize sustainability and respect for the environment, which can be valuable lessons for survival in frigid temperatures. 5.2.5 Adapting to changing conditions. In cold environments, weather conditions can change rapidly, affecting the availability of food sources and the success of hunting and trapping techniques. It is important to be adaptable and flexible in your approach. Stay informed about weather patterns and adjust your hunting and trapping strategies accordingly. Additionally, be open to learning new techniques and experimenting with different methods to increase your chances of success. Remember, hunting and trapping in frigid temperatures require patience, skill, and knowledge. It is important to practice these techniques in a responsible and ethical manner, ensuring the sustainability of wildlife populations and the preservation of the environment. By mastering these skills, you can increase your chances of survival and maintain your resilience in extreme cold conditions. 5.3 Foraging for edible plants. When it comes to surviving in cold environments, finding food can be a challenging task. The extreme temperatures and harsh conditions make it difficult to hunt or fish for sustenance. However, one often overlooked source of food in these environments is edible plants. Foraging for edible plants can provide a valuable source of nutrients and energy to help you survive in frigid temperatures. 5.3.1 Identifying edible plants. Before you start foraging for edible plants, it is crucial to educate yourself on the types of plants that are safe to consume. In cold environments, where the growing season is short, the variety of edible plants may be limited. However, there are still several options available. One of the most reliable sources of edible plants in cold environments is lichens. Lichens are a symbiotic combination of fungi and algae or cyanobacteria. They can be found growing on rocks, trees, and the ground. Some common edible lichens include reindeer moss, Iceland moss, and rock tripe. These lichens can be eaten raw or cooked and provide a good source of carbohydrates. Another group of edible plants to look out for are certain types of mushrooms. While not as abundant in cold environments as in other climates, mushrooms can still be found. It is essential to have a good understanding of mushroom identification to avoid consuming poisonous varieties. Look for mushrooms like the snow mushroom, winter chanterelle, or velvet shank, which are known to grow in cold climates and are safe to eat. Additionally, some cold hardy plants can provide edible parts. For example, the inner bark of certain trees, such as the pine or birch, can be scraped off and eaten. This inner bark is rich in nutrients and can be a valuable source of sustenance. Other plants like rosehips, cranberries, and lingonberries can also be found in cold environments and provide a good source of vitamins and antioxidants. 5.3.2 Foraging techniques. Foraging for edible plants in cold environments requires a different approach compared to foraging in other climates. The limited availability of plant life and the challenging conditions make it necessary to adapt your techniques. One technique to employ is to search for plants in areas where the snow has melted or is thinner. These areas may have exposed vegetation that can be foraged. Look for south-facing slopes or areas near rocks or trees that provide some protection from the elements. It is also essential to be mindful of the time of year when foraging for edible plants. In cold environments, the growing season is short, and plants may only be available during specific times. Research the local flora and understand when certain plants are in season to maximize your chances of finding edible vegetation. When foraging, be cautious of the plants you choose to consume. Avoid plants with unknown or toxic properties. It is always better to err on the side of caution and only consume plants that you are confident are safe to eat. If you are unsure about a particular plant, it is best to leave it be. 5.3.3 Preparation and cooking. Once you have successfully foraged for edible plants, it is crucial to prepare and cook them properly. This step is essential to remove any potential toxins or parasites that may be present. Start by thoroughly washing the plants to remove any dirt or debris. If you have access to clean water, soak the plants for a few minutes to ensure they are clean. If water is scarce, use snow to clean the plants, as it will melt and remove impurities. Next, it is advisable to cook the plants before consuming them. Cooking helps to break down any tough fibers and can eliminate harmful bacteria or parasites. Boiling or steaming the plants is a safe and effective way to cook them. Ensure that the plants are cooked thoroughly before eating. 5.3.4 Safety considerations. While foraging for edible plants can be a valuable source of food in cold environments, it is essential to prioritize safety. Here are some safety considerations to keep in mind. Plant identification. Always be certain of the plants you are foraging. Misidentification can lead to consuming toxic or poisonous plants, which can be life-threatening. Avoid contaminated areas. Be cautious of foraging near roadsides, industrial areas, or places where chemicals may have been used. These areas may have contaminated plants that are unsafe to consume. Moderation. Even if you have identified a plant as safe to eat, consume it in moderation. Eating large quantities of any plant, especially if it is unfamiliar to your system, can cause digestive issues. Environmental impact. Practice sustainable foraging techniques and avoid overharvesting. Only take what you need and leave enough for the plants to regenerate. Personal allergies. Be aware of any personal allergies you may have. Some plants may cause allergic reactions in certain individuals, even if they are generally considered safe to eat. By following these safety considerations and employing proper foraging techniques, you can successfully find and utilize edible plants in cold environments to supplement your food sources and increase your chances of survival. Remember, foraging for edible plants should always be done with caution and knowledge. If you are unsure about a plant's edibility, it is best to err on the side of caution and avoid consuming it. 5.4 Preserving and cooking food. When you find yourself in a cold environment, one of the most important aspects of survival is ensuring that you have enough food to sustain yourself. In extreme cold temperatures, it can be challenging to find and preserve food, but with the right knowledge and techniques, you can ensure that you have enough nourishment to keep you going. 5.4.1 Food preservation in cold environments. Preserving food in cold environments is crucial to ensure that you have a sustainable food source for an extended period. Here are some effective methods for preserving food in frigid temperatures. 5.4.1.1 Freezing. One of the simplest and most effective ways to preserve food in cold environments is by freezing it. When the temperature drops below freezing, you can take advantage of the natural cold environment to keep your food fresh for an extended period. However, it's essential to ensure that your food is properly packaged to prevent freezer burn and contamination. 5.4.1.2 Drying. Drying is another method that can be used to preserve food in cold environments. By removing the moisture from the food, you can prevent bacterial growth and spoilage. In cold temperatures, you can hang or lay out your food to dry, taking advantage of the low humidity. This method is particularly useful for preserving meat, fish, and fruits. 5.4.1.3 Smoking. Smoking is a traditional method of food preservation that can be effective in cold environments. By exposing the food to smoke, you not only add flavor but also create an environment that inhibits bacterial growth. Smoking can be done using a smokehouse or by constructing a makeshift smoker using natural materials found in the environment. 5.4.1.4 Fermenting. Fermenting is a method that has been used for centuries to preserve food. In cold environments, fermenting can be a valuable technique to preserve vegetables, fruits, and even meat. The low temperatures slow down the fermentation process, allowing you to store your food for an extended period. However, it's crucial to ensure that the fermentation process is carried out correctly to prevent spoilage. 5.4.2 Cooking food in cold environments. Cooking food in cold environments serves multiple purposes. It not only provides warmth but also helps to kill bacteria and parasites that may be present in raw food. Here are some essential tips for cooking food in frigid temperatures. 5.4.2.1 Building a fire. Before you can cook food, you need to build a fire. In cold environments, gathering firewood may be challenging due to the snow and wet conditions. Look for dry wood that is off the ground, such as dead branches or fallen trees. It's also helpful to have a small axe or saw to cut through frozen wood if necessary. Once you have gathered enough firewood, build a fire using the appropriate techniques for the conditions. 5.4.2.2 Using a camp stove. If you have a camp stove or portable cooking device, it can be a valuable tool for cooking food in cold environments. These stoves are designed to withstand low temperatures and provide a reliable heat source for cooking. Make sure you have enough fuel for your stove and follow the manufacturer's instructions for safe and efficient use. 5.4.2.3 Cooking techniques. When cooking food in cold environments, it's essential to use techniques that maximize heat retention and minimize fuel consumption. Here are a few techniques to consider. 1-pot meals. Cooking meals that combine multiple ingredients in a single pot helps to conserve fuel and simplify the cooking process. Insulated cooking. Using insulated containers or wrapping your food in layers of insulation, such as foil or cloth, can help retain heat and cook food more efficiently. Slow cooking. Slow cooking methods, such as simmering or stewing, are ideal for conserving fuel and ensuring that food is thoroughly cooked. 5.4.2.4 Food safety. In cold environments, it's crucial to pay attention to food safety to prevent foodborne illnesses. Here are some essential food safety tips. Proper storage. Store your food in sealed containers to prevent contamination from animals or insects. Thorough cooking. Ensure that your food is cooked thoroughly to kill any bacteria or parasites that may be present. Hygiene. Practice good hygiene by washing your hands before handling food and keeping your cooking utensils clean. By preserving and cooking food effectively in cold environments, you can ensure that you have a sustainable food source and maintain your energy levels for survival. Remember to always prioritize safety and hygiene when handling and preparing food in extreme cold temperatures. 6. Navigating in cold weather. 6.1 Using maps and compasses. When navigating in cold weather, having the ability to use maps and compasses is crucial. These tools can help you determine your location, plan your route, and navigate through unfamiliar terrain. In this section, we will explore the importance of maps and compasses in cold weather survival and provide you with the knowledge and skills to effectively use them. Understanding maps. Maps are essential tools for navigation. They provide a visual representation of the surrounding area, including landmarks, terrain features, and important points of interest. When navigating in cold weather, it is important to have a detailed map of the area you are in or plan to explore. Topographic maps are particularly useful in cold weather survival. These maps provide detailed information about the elevation, contours, and features of the land. They also indicate water sources, trails, and other important landmarks. Familiarize yourself with the symbols and legends on the map to understand the information it provides. Using a compass. A compass is a navigational instrument that uses the Earth's magnetic field to determine direction. It consists of a magnetized needle that aligns itself with the Earth's magnetic field, pointing towards the magnetic north. To effectively use a compass, follow these steps. Hold the compass flat in your hand, ensuring that it is level and not tilted. Rotate your body until the needle aligns with the orienting arrow on the compass housing. Read the direction indicated by the index line or the degree markings on the compass housing. Keep the compass away from any magnetic objects, such as metal or electronic devices, as they can interfere with its accuracy. Orienting the map. To use a map in conjunction with a compass, you need to orient the map to match the actual terrain. This process is known as orienting the map. Follow these steps to orient the map correctly. Place the map on a flat surface, ensuring that it is not affected by wind or other external factors. Identify a prominent landmark or feature in the distance that you can easily locate in the terrain. Rotate the map until the direction of the landmark on the map matches its actual direction in the terrain. Once the map is correctly oriented, you can use it to determine your location, plan your route, and navigate through the area. Determining your location. Knowing your exact location is crucial when navigating in cold weather. To determine your location on a map, you can use various techniques, including triangulation. Identify at least 3 prominent landmarks or features in the terrain that are also visible on the map. Use your compass to determine the direction to each landmark and draw lines on the map from each landmark towards your location. The point where the lines intersect is your approximate location. Dead reckoning. If you have a general idea of your starting point and the distance and direction you have traveled, you can estimate your current location on the map. Use your compass to determine the direction you have traveled and measure the distance using the scale on the map. GPS coordinates. If you have a GPS device or access to GPS coordinates, you can pinpoint your exact location on the map by entering the coordinates. This method provides the most accurate results but requires a functioning GPS device. Planning your route. Before setting out on a journey in cold weather, it is essential to plan your route carefully. Consider the following factors when planning your route. Terrain. Study the topographic map to understand the terrain you will encounter along your route. Identify any steep slopes, water bodies, or other challenging features that may affect your progress. Distance. Estimate the distance you will need to travel and consider your physical capabilities and the time available. Be realistic about how far you can travel in cold weather conditions. Landmarks. Identify prominent landmarks along your route that can serve as reference points. These landmarks can help you stay on track and provide reassurance that you are heading in the right direction. Safety. Consider any potential hazards or risks along your route, such as avalanche-prone areas or unstable terrain. Plan alternative routes or avoid these areas altogether to ensure your safety. Navigating in challenging conditions. Navigating in cold weather can be particularly challenging, especially during whiteout conditions or when visibility is limited. In such situations, rely on alternative navigation techniques, such as dead reckoning. Use your compass and estimated distance traveled to maintain a general sense of direction. Keep track of your progress and adjust your route as necessary. Natural indicators. Look for natural indicators, such as the direction of the wind, the slope of the terrain, or the position of the sun, if visible, to help you maintain your bearings. Landmarks. If you encounter a familiar landmark or feature, use it as a reference point to navigate. This can be particularly useful when visibility is poor. GPS. If you have a GPS device, use it to determine your location and navigate through challenging conditions. Ensure that you have spare batteries or a backup power source to keep your GPS device functioning. Remember, navigating in challenging conditions requires caution and careful decision-making. If you are unsure about your route or encounter dangerous conditions, it is better to seek shelter and wait for improved weather conditions or assistance. By understanding how to use maps and compasses effectively, you can navigate through cold weather environments with confidence and increase your chances of survival. These skills are essential for any outdoor enthusiast or adventurer venturing into frigid temperatures. 6.2 Navigating with GPS. When it comes to navigating in cold weather, having a reliable and accurate method is crucial. While traditional methods like maps and compasses are effective, technology has provided us with another valuable tool, GPS Global Positioning System. In this section, we will explore how to navigate with GPS in cold weather environments. 6.2.1 Understanding GPS. GPS is a satellite-based navigation system that allows users to determine their precise location anywhere on Earth. It consists of a network of satellites orbiting the planet, ground control stations, and GPS receivers. These receivers, which can be handheld devices or integrated into smartphones, communicate with the satellites to provide accurate positioning information. 6.2.2 Benefits of GPS in cold weather. Navigating with GPS in cold weather offers several advantages. Firstly, GPS provides real-time location data, allowing you to track your movements and ensure you are on the right path. This is especially useful in whiteout conditions or when visibility is limited due to snowfall or fog. Secondly, GPS can calculate your speed and direction of travel, helping you estimate the time it will take to reach your destination. This information is valuable in planning your journey and managing your resources, such as food and water. Lastly, GPS can store waypoints, which are specific locations you want to mark or navigate to. This feature is particularly useful when exploring unfamiliar terrain or when you need to find your way back to a specific point, such as your shelter or a water source. 6.2.3 Preparing your GPS device. Before heading out into the cold, it is essential to prepare your GPS device to ensure it functions optimally. Here are some steps to follow. Update firmware. Check if there are any firmware updates available for your GPS device and install them. These updates often include bug fixes and performance improvements. Charge batteries. Make sure your GPS device has a full battery charge before setting out. Cold temperatures can drain battery life faster, so consider carrying spare batteries or a portable charger. Protect from cold. Extreme cold can affect the performance of electronic devices. Keep your GPS device close to your body to keep it warm and prevent it from freezing. You can also use insulating materials, such as a neoprene case, to provide additional protection. Familiarize yourself. Take the time to familiarize yourself with the features and functions of your GPS device. Practice using it in different settings and understand how to input waypoints, navigate to them, and interpret the information displayed on the screen. 6.2.4 Using GPS for navigation. Once you have prepared your GPS device, you can start using it for navigation in cold weather. Here are some tips to help you navigate effectively. Satellite acquisition. Before using your GPS device, ensure it has acquired a strong satellite signal. This may take a few minutes, especially in areas with dense tree cover or tall buildings. Wait until you have a reliable signal before relying on the device for navigation. Set waypoints. If you have specific waypoints you want to navigate to, enter them into your GPS device. This could include your shelter, water sources, or any other important locations. Ensure the device is set to the correct coordinate system, e.g., latitude and longitude, and that the waypoints are accurately entered. Follow the arrow. Most GPS devices have a directional arrow that points towards your destination or the next waypoint. Use this arrow as a guide to stay on track. If you deviate from the intended path, the arrow will adjust accordingly, helping you get back on course. Track your progress. Monitor your GPS device regularly to track your progress. Check your current location, distance traveled, and remaining distance to your destination. This information will help you estimate your arrival time and make any necessary adjustments to your route. Use trackback feature. If you need to retrace your steps, use the trackback feature on your GPS device. This function allows you to navigate back along your recorded track, ensuring you return to your starting point or a specific waypoint. 6.2.5 GPS limitations and considerations. While GPS is a valuable tool for navigation in cold weather, it is essential to be aware of its limitations and consider other factors. Here are a few things to keep in mind. Battery life. Cold temperatures can significantly reduce the battery life of your GPS device. Carry spare batteries or a portable charger to ensure you have enough power for your entire journey. Signal interference. In some areas, such as deep valleys or dense forests, the GPS signal may be weak or blocked. Be prepared to rely on other navigation methods, such as maps and compasses, in such situations. Backup navigation. Always carry a backup navigation system, such as a map and compass, in case your GPS device malfunctions or loses signal. These traditional methods are reliable and do not rely on batteries or satellite signals. User error. GPS devices are user-friendly, but errors can still occur. Ensure you are familiar with the device's functions and double-check your inputs and settings to avoid navigational mistakes. By understanding how to navigate with GPS in cold weather and considering its limitations, you can confidently rely on this technology to guide you through challenging environments. Remember to always carry backup navigation tools and stay vigilant in monitoring your surroundings to ensure a safe and successful journey. 6.3 Using landmarks and natural indicators. When navigating in cold weather, it is crucial to have a reliable method of finding your way. While modern technology such as GPS can be helpful, it is essential to have backup methods in case of equipment failure or battery depletion. One of the most reliable and time-tested methods of navigation is using landmarks and natural indicators. These can provide valuable information about your surroundings and help you stay on track even in challenging conditions. 6.3.1 Identifying landmarks. Landmarks are distinctive features in the environment that can serve as reference points for navigation. They can be natural or man-made and can include mountains, rivers, lakes, buildings, or even unique rock formations. When planning your route, it is essential to identify prominent landmarks along the way that will help you stay oriented. To effectively use landmarks for navigation, it is crucial to have a map or a mental picture of the area you are navigating. By comparing the features on the map with the actual landscape, you can determine your location and the direction you need to go. Pay attention to the shape, size, and relative position of the landmarks to ensure accurate navigation. 6.3.2 Natural indicators. In addition to landmarks, there are several natural indicators that can assist you in navigating in cold weather. These indicators are often influenced by the wind, sun, and other environmental factors and can provide valuable information about your direction and location. One of the most reliable natural indicators is the position of the sun. By observing the sun's movement throughout the day, you can determine the approximate direction of east and west. In the northern hemisphere, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. However, it is important to note that the sun's position can vary depending on the time of year and your latitude. Another natural indicator is the direction of prevailing winds. In many regions, winds tend to blow from specific directions due to topography and weather patterns. By observing the direction from which the wind is blowing, you can gain insights into your location and adjust your navigation accordingly. Snowdrifts can also serve as natural indicators. Wind-blown snow tends to accumulate on the leeward side of objects such as trees, rocks, or buildings. By observing the shape and size of snowdrifts, you can determine the direction from which the wind is blowing and use it as a reference point for navigation. 6.3.3 Using landmarks and natural indicators together. To navigate effectively in cold weather, it is best to combine the use of landmarks and natural indicators. By identifying prominent landmarks on your map and using natural indicators to confirm your location and direction, you can increase your chances of staying on course. For example, suppose you are hiking in a snowy mountainous region and your map indicates a prominent peak to the east. By observing the position of the sun and the direction of prevailing winds, you can confirm that the peak is indeed to the east. Additionally, you can look for other natural indicators such as snowdrifts or distinctive rock formations to further validate your location. It is important to note that relying solely on natural indicators can be risky, especially in areas with changing weather conditions or limited visibility. Landmarks provide a more reliable and fixed reference point, whereas natural indicators can be influenced by temporary factors. Therefore, it is crucial to use a combination of both methods for accurate navigation. 6.3.4 Navigating in low visibility. In cold weather, visibility can be significantly reduced due to snowstorms, fog, or whiteout conditions. Navigating in such situations can be challenging, but with the right techniques, it is still possible to find your way. During low visibility, it becomes even more important to rely on landmarks and natural indicators. Landmarks that are close to your position can still be visible even in poor weather conditions. By using a compass or GPS to determine the direction of the landmark, you can navigate towards it and maintain your course. Natural indicators such as wind direction and snowdrifts can also be helpful in low visibility. The wind tends to blow in a consistent direction, even during a snowstorm. By observing the direction from which the wind is blowing and the shape of snowdrifts, you can gain valuable information about your location and adjust your navigation accordingly. In extreme cases of low visibility, it may be necessary to halt your journey and wait for conditions to improve. Trying to navigate blindly can lead to disorientation and potentially dangerous situations. It is always better to prioritize safety and wait for better visibility before continuing your journey. Remember, navigating in cold weather requires careful observation, preparation, and the ability to adapt to changing conditions. By using landmarks and natural indicators in conjunction with other navigation methods, you can increase your chances of successfully reaching your destination even in frigid temperatures. 6.4 Navigating in whiteout conditions. Navigating in whiteout conditions can be extremely challenging and dangerous. A whiteout occurs when there is a complete loss of visibility due to snow or fog, making it difficult to distinguish between the ground, sky, and surrounding objects. In such conditions, it is easy to become disoriented and lose your sense of direction. However, with the right knowledge and preparation, you can increase your chances of safely navigating through whiteout conditions. 6.4.1 Understanding whiteout conditions. Whiteout conditions occur when there is a combination of heavy snowfall or blowing snow and overcast skies, resulting in a uniform white or gray landscape. The lack of contrast and depth perception makes it nearly impossible to differentiate between the ground, horizon, and other objects. This can lead to a loss of spatial awareness and a heightened risk of accidents or getting lost. Whiteouts are most common in polar regions, high-altitude mountainous areas, and during blizzards or snowstorms. They can occur suddenly and without warning, reducing visibility to just a few feet or even zero. It is crucial to be aware of the signs of an impending whiteout, such as a sudden decrease in visibility, the appearance of blowing snow, or a thick fog-like atmosphere. 6.4.2 Preparing for whiteout conditions. Before venturing into an area prone to whiteout conditions, it is essential to be well prepared. Here are some key preparations to consider. Check the weather forecast. Stay informed about the weather conditions in your area and be aware of any potential storms or blizzards that may lead to whiteout conditions. Carry navigation tools. Always carry a map, compass, and GPS device. These tools will help you maintain your sense of direction and navigate through whiteout conditions. Dress appropriately. Wear layered clothing that provides insulation and protection against the cold. Ensure that your outer layer is waterproof and windproof to shield you from the elements. Pack essential supplies. Carry a backpack with essential survival supplies, including extra food, water, a first aid kit, a flashlight, and a whistle for signaling. Travel with a partner. It is safer to travel with a companion in whiteout conditions. If one person becomes disoriented or injured, the other can provide assistance and support. 6.4.3 Navigating techniques in whiteout conditions. When faced with whiteout conditions, it is crucial to remain calm and focused. Here are some techniques to help you navigate through these challenging situations. Stop and assess. If you find yourself in a whiteout, stop moving and assess your surroundings. Look for any landmarks or distinctive features that can help you determine your location. Use navigation tools. Refer to your map, compass, or GPS device to maintain your sense of direction. Take regular compass readings and compare them to your map to ensure you are on the right track. Follow a predetermined route. If you have planned your route in advance, follow it as closely as possible. Stick to known landmarks or features that you can identify even in whiteout conditions. Use physical markers. In the absence of visual cues, rely on physical markers such as trees, rocks, or other objects to guide your path. These markers can help you maintain a straight line and prevent you from veering off course. Use a rope or buddy system. If visibility is extremely poor, consider using a rope or a buddy system to stay connected to your travel companions. This will help prevent anyone from becoming separated or lost. Take small steps. In whiteout conditions, it is easy to misjudge distances and terrain features. Take small, deliberate steps to maintain balance and prevent accidents or falls. Listen for sounds. Pay attention to any sounds that can provide clues about your surroundings, such as the sound of running water or wind blowing through trees. These auditory cues can help you determine your location. Stay low. If the wind is strong, it may be safer to stay low to the ground to reduce the risk of being blown off course. Crouch down or crawl if necessary, but be mindful of the terrain to avoid hazards. 6.4.4 Emergency Measures. In extreme cases, when visibility is zero and navigation becomes impossible, it may be necessary to take emergency measures to ensure your safety. Here are some actions you can take. Find shelter. If you are unable to navigate, seek shelter immediately. Look for natural features like rock formations or depressions in the ground that can provide protection from the elements. Mark your location. Use bright-colored markers or reflective materials to mark your location. This will help rescuers locate you more easily if necessary. Stay put. Unless you are certain of your ability to navigate safely, it is generally best to stay in one place until visibility improves or help arrives. Moving in whiteout conditions can increase the risk of getting lost or injured. Remember, navigating in whiteout conditions requires careful planning, preparation, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. By staying calm, using navigation tools, and following these techniques, you can increase your chances of safely navigating through whiteout conditions and reaching your destination. 7. Surviving cold weather injuries. 7.1 Frostbite and hypothermia. Surviving in frigid temperatures requires a deep understanding of the potential dangers that can arise from prolonged exposure to the cold. Two of the most serious cold weather injuries are frostbite and hypothermia. Both conditions can have severe consequences if not recognized and treated promptly. In this section, we will explore the causes, symptoms, and treatment of frostbite and hypothermia, equipping you with the knowledge to protect yourself and others in extreme cold weather situations. 7.1.1 Frostbite. Frostbite occurs when the skin and underlying tissues freeze due to prolonged exposure to cold temperatures. It commonly affects the extremities such as the fingers, toes, ears, and nose, as these areas are more susceptible to heat loss. When exposed to freezing temperatures, the blood vessels in these areas constrict, reducing blood flow and leading to tissue damage. Causes of frostbite. Frostbite can occur in various situations, including outdoor activities in freezing temperatures, prolonged exposure to cold and windy conditions, and inadequate protection against the cold. Wet clothing, tight footwear, and improper layering can also increase the risk of frostbite. Symptoms of frostbite. The initial symptoms of frostbite include numbness, tingling, and a cold sensation in the affected area. As the condition progresses, the skin may turn pale or white, become hard and waxy, and lose sensation completely. In severe cases, blisters may form, and the affected area may appear blackened or gangrenous. Treatment of frostbite. If you suspect frostbite, it is crucial to seek medical attention as soon as possible. While waiting for professional help, follow these steps. Move to a warm environment. Get out of the cold and into a warm space to prevent further heat loss. Remove wet clothing. Wet clothing can exacerbate the condition, so remove any wet garments and replace them with dry ones. Gradually warm the affected area. Immerse the frostbitten area in warm, not hot, water or use warm compresses. Avoid direct heat sources like fires or heating pads, as they can cause burns. Avoid rubbing or massaging the area. Rubbing frostbitten skin can cause further damage. Elevate the affected area. If possible, elevate the frostbitten area to reduce swelling. Stay hydrated. Drink warm fluids to help raise your body temperature and prevent dehydration. Remember, frostbite is a serious condition that requires medical attention. Do not attempt to thaw severe frostbite on your own, as it can lead to further tissue damage. 7.1.2 Hypothermia. Hypothermia occurs when the body loses heat faster than it can produce, resulting in a dangerously low body temperature. It can be life-threatening if not treated promptly. Hypothermia can be caused by exposure to cold air or water, inadequate clothing, exhaustion, or prolonged periods of immobility in cold conditions. Symptoms of hypothermia. The symptoms of hypothermia can vary depending on the severity of the condition. Mild to moderate hypothermia symptoms include shivering, cold and pale skin, confusion, drowsiness, and difficulty speaking. In severe cases, shivering may stop, and the person may exhibit signs of clumsiness, slurred speech, slow breathing, and a weak pulse. Treatment of hypothermia. If you suspect someone is experiencing hypothermia, take immediate action to prevent further heat loss and seek medical help. Follow these steps while waiting for professional assistance. Move to a warm environment. Get the person out of the cold and into a warm space. Remove wet clothing. Wet clothing can further lower body temperature, so replace it with dry garments or blankets. Warm the person gradually. Use blankets, warm clothing, or sleeping bags to insulate the person from the cold. If possible, provide warm liquids like soup or warm water, but avoid alcohol or caffeine. Apply heat to the core. Use warm compresses or heating pads on the person's neck, chest, and groin area to help raise their core temperature. Monitor vital signs. Keep an eye on the person's breathing, pulse, and level of consciousness. Perform CPR if necessary. Remember, hypothermia is a medical emergency, and professional medical help should be sought as soon as possible. By understanding the causes, symptoms, and treatment of frostbite and hypothermia, you can better protect yourself and others in cold weather conditions. Always prioritize prevention by dressing appropriately, staying hydrated, and being aware of the signs of cold weather injuries. With the right knowledge and preparation, you can navigate frigid temperatures with confidence and resilience. 7.2 Recognizing and treating frostbite. Frostbite is a serious cold weather injury that occurs when the skin and underlying tissues freeze due to prolonged exposure to extremely cold temperatures. It is a condition that can have severe consequences if not recognized and treated promptly. In this section, we will discuss how to recognize the signs of frostbite and provide essential treatment measures to prevent further damage. 7.2.1 Understanding frostbite. Frostbite typically affects the extremities, such as the fingers, toes, ears, and nose, as these areas are more susceptible to cold injury due to their distance from the body's core. When exposed to freezing temperatures, the blood vessels in these areas constrict, reducing blood flow and oxygen supply to the tissues. As a result, ice crystals can form within the cells, causing damage and potential tissue death. 7.2.2 Recognizing frostbite. Recognizing the early signs of frostbite is crucial for initiating prompt treatment. The following are the stages of frostbite and their associated symptoms. Frostnip. This is the mildest form of frostbite and affects the outermost layer of the skin. Symptoms include numbness, tingling, and a pale or reddened appearance of the skin. The affected area may feel cold to the touch but can be easily rewarmed. Superficial frostbite. In this stage, the skin and underlying tissues are frozen. Symptoms include a hard, pale, or waxy appearance of the skin. The affected area may feel numb, and blisters may develop upon rewarming. Deep frostbite. This is the most severe stage of frostbite, where all layers of the skin and underlying tissues are frozen. The skin appears white or blue-gray, and the affected area feels completely numb. Blisters may form upon rewarming, and the tissue damage can be extensive. 7.2.3 Treating frostbite. Prompt and appropriate treatment is essential to prevent further damage and promote healing. If you suspect frostbite, follow these steps. Move to a warm environment. Get out of the cold and into a warm place as soon as possible. Remove any wet clothing and gently dry the affected area. Rewarm the frostbitten area. Immerse the frostbitten area in warm, not hot water, around 1048° F, 48° C, for 15 to 30 minutes. Avoid using direct heat sources like a heating pad or a fire, as they can cause burns. If water is not available, use body heat by placing the affected area against a warm part of your body. Avoid rubbing or massaging the frostbitten area. Rubbing or massaging the frostbitten area can cause further damage to the tissues. Instead, let the area rewarm naturally. Protect the frostbitten area. Once the affected area has been rewarmed, cover it with a sterile, non-stick dressing. Avoid applying tight bandages or using adhesive tape directly on the frostbitten skin. Seek medical attention. Frostbite requires medical evaluation and treatment, even if you have successfully rewarmed the affected area. A healthcare professional can assess the extent of the injury and provide appropriate care, such as pain management, wound care, and potential referral to a specialist. 7.2.4 Prevention of frostbite. Preventing frostbite is crucial, especially in extreme cold weather conditions. Here are some preventive measures to keep in mind. Dress appropriately. Wear multiple layers of loose-fitting, insulating clothing to trap warm air and provide adequate insulation. Pay special attention to protecting the extremities by wearing warm socks, gloves, hats, and face masks. Keep dry. Moisture can increase the risk of frostbite. Ensure that your clothing and footwear are waterproof and moisture-wicking to keep your body dry. Stay hydrated and nourished. Proper hydration and nutrition are essential for maintaining good blood circulation and body temperature regulation. Drink plenty of fluids and eat regular meals to provide your body with the energy it needs to stay warm. Take regular breaks. If you are spending prolonged periods in cold weather, take regular breaks in warm shelters to allow your body to warm up and rest. Avoid alcohol and tobacco. Alcohol and tobacco can impair your body's ability to regulate temperature and increase the risk of frostbite. Avoid their consumption in cold weather. Remember, frostbite is a serious condition that requires immediate attention. By recognizing the signs and symptoms of frostbite and taking appropriate measures for treatment and prevention, you can protect yourself from the harmful effects of extreme cold temperatures. 7.3 Recognizing and treating hypothermia. Hypothermia is a potentially life-threatening condition that occurs when the body's core temperature drops below normal levels. It is a serious concern in cold weather environments, where exposure to frigid temperatures can lead to rapid heat loss from the body. Recognizing the signs and symptoms of hypothermia is crucial for prompt treatment and preventing further complications. 7.3.1 Understanding hypothermia. Hypothermia occurs when the body loses heat faster than it can produce it, causing the core temperature to drop below 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. This can happen due to prolonged exposure to cold temperatures, immersion in cold water, or inadequate protection from the elements. Hypothermia can affect anyone, regardless of age or physical fitness, and can develop gradually or suddenly, depending on the circumstances. 7.3.2 Signs and symptoms. Recognizing the signs and symptoms of hypothermia is essential for early intervention. The symptoms can vary depending on the severity of the condition, but common signs include shivering. Initially, shivering is the body's natural response to generate heat and maintain core temperature. However, as hypothermia progresses, shivering may stop or become minimal. Cold and pale skin. The skin may feel cold to the touch and appear pale or bluish. Numbness or tingling sensations in the extremities are also common. Slurred speech and confusion. Hypothermia affects the brain's function, leading to difficulty speaking clearly, confusion, and poor coordination. Fatigue and drowsiness. As the body's temperature drops, individuals may experience extreme fatigue and drowsiness, making it challenging to stay awake and alert. Slow and shallow breathing. Hypothermia can slow down the respiratory system, resulting in slow and shallow breathing. In severe cases, it may even lead to irregular or stopped breathing. Weak pulse. The heart rate may become weak and irregular as the body struggles to maintain normal functioning. 7.3.3 Treating hypothermia. If you suspect someone is experiencing hypothermia, immediate action is crucial. Follow these steps to provide initial treatment. Move to a warm and sheltered area. Get the person out of the cold and into a warm environment as quickly as possible. Remove any wet clothing and replace it with dry, warm layers. Insulate from the ground. Place a barrier, such as a sleeping pad or extra clothing, between the person and the cold ground to prevent further heat loss. Warm the core. Use blankets, sleeping bags, or any available heat sources to warm the person's core. Focus on warming the chest, neck, and head, as these areas are vital for maintaining body temperature. Provide warm fluids. If the person is conscious and able to swallow, offer warm, non-alcoholic beverages to help raise their internal temperature. Avoid caffeine or alcohol, as they can hinder the body's ability to retain heat. Seek medical assistance. Even if the person's condition improves, it is essential to seek medical help as soon as possible. Hypothermia can have long-lasting effects on the body, and professional medical evaluation is necessary. 7.3.4 Preventing hypothermia. Prevention is key when it comes to hypothermia. Here are some measures you can take to reduce the risk. Dress appropriately. Wear multiple layers of loose-fitting clothing to trap warm air between them. Choose materials that insulate well, such as wool or synthetic fibers, and avoid cotton, as it retains moisture. Protect your extremities. Wear insulated gloves, hats, and socks to prevent heat loss from your hands, feet, and head. Stay dry. Moisture accelerates heat loss, so it is crucial to keep your clothing and body dry. Use waterproof outer layers and change into dry clothes if you become wet. Stay hydrated and nourished. Proper hydration and nutrition help maintain body temperature. Drink plenty of fluids and eat high-energy foods to fuel your body's heat production. Be aware of weather conditions. Stay informed about weather forecasts and plan your activities accordingly. Avoid prolonged exposure to extreme cold and seek shelter if conditions worsen. Buddy system. Whenever possible, venture into cold environments with a partner. This way, you can watch out for each other and provide assistance if needed. Remember, hypothermia can be a silent threat, and recognizing the signs and symptoms is crucial for prompt treatment. By taking preventive measures and being prepared, you can minimize the risk of hypothermia and enjoy cold weather activities safely. 7.4 Dealing with snow blindness. Snow blindness, also known as photokeratitis, is a condition that occurs when the eyes are exposed to intense ultraviolet (UV) radiation from the sun, particularly in snowy environments. It is a painful and temporary condition that can cause significant discomfort and impair vision. In extreme cases, snow blindness can even lead to temporary blindness. 7.4.1 Understanding snow blindness. Snow blindness occurs when the eyes are exposed to excessive UV radiation, which can be reflected off the snow and ice. The intense UV rays cause damage to the cornea, the clear front surface of the eye, and the conjunctiva, the thin membrane that covers the white part of the eye and the inner surface of the eyelids. Symptoms of snow blindness usually appear within a few hours of exposure and may include eye pain and discomfort, redness and swelling of the eyes, watery eyes. Sensitivity to light, blurred vision. Gritty or sandy feeling in the eyes. 7.4.2 Preventing snow blindness. Prevention is key when it comes to snow blindness. Here are some measures you can take to protect your eyes. Wear sunglasses. Choose sunglasses that provide 100% UV protection. Look for sunglasses with a wraparound design to block out as much light as possible. Make sure they fit properly and cover your eyes completely. Use goggles or a face shield. In extreme conditions, such as during blizzards or high-altitude activities, wearing goggles or a face shield can provide additional protection. Look for goggles that are specifically designed for snow sports and have UV protection. Wear a wide-brimmed hat. A wide-brimmed hat can help to shade your eyes from direct sunlight and reduce the amount of UV radiation reaching your eyes. Use sunscreen. Apply sunscreen to your face, including your eyelids, to provide an extra layer of protection against UV radiation. Take breaks in shaded areas. Whenever possible, take breaks in shaded areas or seek shelter to minimize your exposure to direct sunlight. 7.4.3 Treating snow blindness. If you or someone in your group experiences symptoms of snow blindness, it is important to take immediate action to alleviate the discomfort and prevent further damage. Here are some steps you can take. Move to a shaded area. Get out of the direct sunlight and into a shaded area to reduce the amount of UV radiation reaching your eyes. Rest your eyes. Close your eyes and avoid any activities that require visual focus. Resting your eyes can help to reduce the pain and discomfort. Use cold compresses. Applying cold compresses, such as a clean cloth soaked in cold water, to your closed eyes can help to soothe the pain and reduce swelling. Lubricate your eyes. Use artificial tears or lubricating eye drops to keep your eyes moist and alleviate dryness. Avoid rubbing your eyes. Rubbing your eyes can further irritate the already sensitive cornea and conjunctiva. Instead, gently rinse your eyes with clean water if necessary. Seek medical attention if symptoms persist. If your symptoms do not improve within a day or if they worsen, it is important to seek medical attention. An eye care professional can provide appropriate treatment and ensure that no further damage has occurred. 7.4.4 Prevention and treatment in the field. When you are in a remote or wilderness setting, it may not always be possible to seek immediate medical attention for snow blindness. In such situations, it is important to be prepared and have the necessary supplies to prevent and treat snow blindness. Carry spare sunglasses or goggles. Always carry spare sunglasses or goggles in your backpack. In case your primary eyewear gets damaged or lost, having a backup can help protect your eyes from UV radiation. Use eye drops. Carry lubricating eye drops or artificial tears in your first aid kit. These can help to alleviate dryness and provide temporary relief from the symptoms of snow blindness. Rest and protect your eyes. If you or someone in your group experiences snow blindness, find a shaded area and rest the eyes. Use a bandana or other fabric to create a makeshift eye patch to protect the affected eye from further exposure to UV radiation. Stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water can help to keep your eyes hydrated and prevent dryness. Remember, prevention is always better than treatment when it comes to snow blindness. By taking the necessary precautions and being aware of the symptoms, you can protect your eyes and enjoy your time in cold, snowy environments without the risk of snow blindness. 8. Firecraft in cold environments. 8.1 Importance of fire in cold weather survival. Fire is an essential element in cold weather survival. In frigid temperatures, the ability to create and maintain a fire can mean the difference between life and death. Fire provides warmth, light, and a means to cook food and purify water. It also offers a psychological boost, providing comfort and a sense of security in the harsh and unforgiving cold. 8.1.1 Heat and warmth. One of the primary reasons fire is crucial in cold weather survival is its ability to provide heat and warmth. When exposed to freezing temperatures, the human body loses heat rapidly, leading to hypothermia and other cold-related injuries. By creating a fire, you can generate heat that can help regulate your body temperature and prevent hypothermia. The warmth from a fire can also help dry wet clothing and gear, which is essential for maintaining body heat. Wet clothing can quickly sap away body heat, making it even more challenging to stay warm in cold conditions. By drying your clothes near a fire, you can prevent further heat loss and increase your chances of survival. 8.1.2 Light and visibility. In cold weather survival situations, daylight hours are often limited, and darkness can set in quickly. Having a fire provides a valuable source of light, allowing you to see and navigate your surroundings. This is especially important when setting up camp, gathering firewood, or performing other essential tasks. Firelight can also serve as a signaling tool, making you more visible to potential rescuers or other individuals in the area. By keeping a fire burning, you increase your chances of being spotted and rescued, particularly in remote or isolated locations. 8.1.3 Cooking and food preparation. Another critical aspect of fire in cold weather survival is its ability to cook food and prepare meals. In extreme cold environments, finding and obtaining food can be challenging. However, by having a fire, you can cook and consume food, providing your body with the necessary energy and nutrients to sustain itself. Cooking food also helps kill any potential bacteria or parasites that may be present, reducing the risk of foodborne illnesses. Additionally, the act of cooking can provide a sense of comfort and normalcy, boosting morale and mental well-being in challenging situations. 8.1.4 Water purification. Fire can also be used to purify water in cold weather survival scenarios. In cold environments, water sources may be frozen or contaminated, making them unsafe to drink. By boiling water over a fire, you can kill harmful bacteria, viruses, and parasites, making it safe for consumption. Having access to clean and safe drinking water is crucial for maintaining hydration and preventing dehydration, which can be a significant risk in cold weather. By utilizing fire for water purification, you ensure a reliable source of potable water, increasing your chances of survival. 8.1.5 Psychological Benefits. Beyond its practical uses, fire also provides significant psychological benefits in cold weather survival. The presence of a fire can offer a sense of comfort, security, and companionship. The crackling sound, the dancing flames, and the warmth it provides can help alleviate feelings of fear, anxiety, and loneliness. In extreme cold, the mental and emotional toll can be just as challenging as the physical demands. The psychological boost provided by a fire can help maintain a positive mindset, boost morale, and increase resilience in the face of adversity. 8.1.6 Fire as a survival tool. Fire is not only essential for immediate survival but also serves as a valuable tool for other survival tasks. The heat from a fire can be used to melt snow or ice, providing a source of drinking water. It can also be used to dry out damp or wet materials, such as clothing or gear. Fire can also be used to create smoke signals, alerting potential rescuers to your location. By adding green vegetation or other materials to the fire, you can produce thick smoke that can be seen from a distance, increasing your chances of being spotted. Conclusion. In cold weather survival, fire is a vital resource that provides heat, light, cooking capabilities, water purification, and psychological support. It is a versatile tool that can help regulate body temperature, dry wet clothing, and provide a sense of security. Understanding the importance of fire and knowing how to create and maintain one is crucial for surviving frigid temperatures and increasing your chances of rescue and survival. 8.2 Gathering firewood in snowy conditions. When it comes to surviving in frigid temperatures, having a reliable source of fire is essential. Fire provides warmth, light, and the ability to cook food, which are all crucial for your survival in cold environments. However, gathering firewood in snowy conditions can be challenging. The deep snow and cold temperatures make it difficult to find dry wood and can hinder your progress. In this section, we will explore effective strategies for gathering firewood in snowy conditions to ensure you have a steady supply of fuel for your fire. 8.2.1 Understanding the importance of dry firewood. Before we delve into the techniques for gathering firewood in snowy conditions, it is crucial to understand the importance of dry firewood. Dry firewood is essential for starting and maintaining a fire, especially in cold and wet environments. Wet or damp wood can be challenging to ignite and will produce more smoke than heat, making it inefficient for keeping you warm and cooking food. When gathering firewood in snowy conditions, prioritize finding dry wood. Look for dead standing trees, fallen branches, or logs that are sheltered from the snow. These areas are more likely to have dry wood that can be easily collected and used for your fire. 8.2.2 Identifying suitable firewood. In snowy conditions, it is essential to identify suitable firewood that will burn efficiently and provide the necessary heat. Look for hardwoods such as oak, maple, or birch, as they tend to burn longer and produce more heat compared to softwoods like pine or spruce. Hardwoods also tend to have a lower moisture content, making them easier to ignite and maintain a fire. When gathering firewood, avoid using green or freshly cut wood. Green wood contains a higher moisture content, which makes it difficult to burn and produces more smoke. Instead, focus on finding dead and dry wood that has been exposed to the elements for some time. This wood will burn more efficiently and provide the heat you need to survive in frigid temperatures. 8.2.3 Techniques for gathering firewood in snowy conditions. Gathering firewood in snowy conditions requires some additional effort and preparation. Here are some techniques to help you effectively gather firewood in the snow. 8.2.3.1 Clearing snow. Before you can start gathering firewood, you need to clear the snow around the area where you plan to collect wood. Use a shovel or your hands to remove the snow, creating a clear space to work. This will make it easier to identify and access the firewood. 8.2.3.2 Using a snowshoe or skis. Navigating through deep snow can be exhausting and time-consuming. Consider using snowshoes or skis to make your journey more efficient. Snowshoes distribute your weight over a larger surface area, preventing you from sinking deep into the snow. Skis allow you to glide over the snow, reducing the effort required to move around. Both options will help you cover more ground and gather firewood more effectively. 8.2.3.3 Searching for fallen trees and branches. Look for fallen trees and branches that are partially or completely covered by the snow. These can be excellent sources of dry firewood. Use your hands or a stick to probe the snow and locate the wood beneath. Once you find a suitable piece, carefully remove the snow and assess its condition. If the wood is dry and in good condition, collect it and move on to the next piece. 8.2.3.4 Collecting dead standing trees. Dead standing trees are another valuable source of firewood in snowy conditions. Look for trees that are still standing but have no leaves or branches. These trees have likely been dead for some time and will provide dry wood for your fire. Use a saw or axe to cut down the tree, ensuring you have a safe distance from the falling tree. Once the tree is down, remove the snow from the branches and collect the dry wood. 8.2.4 Storing and drying firewood. After gathering firewood in snowy conditions, it is crucial to store and dry it properly to ensure it remains dry and usable. Here are some tips for storing and drying firewood. Create a raised platform or use a tarp to keep the firewood off the ground. This will prevent moisture from seeping into the wood. Stack the firewood in a well-ventilated area, allowing air to circulate around the wood and aid in the drying process. Cover the top of the firewood stack with a tarp or other waterproof material to protect it from rain or snow. Rotate the firewood regularly to ensure even drying and prevent mold or mildew from forming. By following these storage and drying techniques, you can ensure that your firewood remains dry and ready to use, even in snowy conditions. Remember, gathering firewood in snowy conditions requires careful planning and attention to detail. Always prioritize safety and be aware of your surroundings. With the right techniques and preparation, you can gather an ample supply of dry firewood to keep you warm and comfortable in frigid temperatures. 8.3 Building and maintaining a fire. Fire is an essential element in cold weather survival. It provides warmth, light, and the ability to cook food and purify water. Building and maintaining a fire in frigid temperatures can be challenging, but with the right knowledge and techniques, you can increase your chances of survival. In this section, we will explore the importance of fire in cold weather survival, the process of building and maintaining a fire, and alternative fire starting methods. 8.3.1 The importance of fire in cold weather survival. In frigid temperatures, maintaining body heat is crucial for survival. A fire not only provides warmth but also helps to prevent hypothermia. It can raise the temperature in your immediate surroundings, creating a safe and comfortable environment. Additionally, a fire can act as a signal for rescue teams, increasing your chances of being found in an emergency situation. Fire also plays a vital role in cooking food and purifying water. In cold weather, finding food sources can be challenging, and cooking helps to make certain foods more palatable and easier to digest. Purifying water is essential to prevent dehydration, as water sources in cold environments may be contaminated. 8.3.2 Building a fire in frigid temperatures. Building a fire in frigid temperatures requires careful planning and preparation. Here are the steps to follow. Choose the right location. Look for a spot that is sheltered from wind and has a ready supply of firewood. Clear away any snow or debris to create a safe area for your fire. Gather firewood. In snowy conditions, it may be challenging to find dry firewood. Look for dead standing trees or fallen branches that are off the ground. These will be less likely to be damp or covered in snow. Collect more firewood than you think you will need to ensure a steady supply. Create a fire bed. Clear away the snow and create a bed of rocks or logs to elevate your fire off the ground. This will help to insulate the fire and prevent it from melting into the snow. Build a fire structure. There are several fire structures you can use, such as the teepee, lean-to, or log cabin. Choose a structure that suits your needs and the available resources. Start with small, dry tinder and gradually add larger pieces of wood as the fire grows. Light the fire. Use a reliable fire starter, such as waterproof matches or a lighter, to ignite the tinder. Blow gently on the flames to encourage them to grow. Once the fire is established, continue adding fuel to keep it burning. 8.3.3 Maintaining a fire in frigid temperatures. Maintaining a fire in frigid temperatures requires constant attention and care. Here are some tips to help you keep your fire going. Keep the firewood dry. Store your firewood in a dry location, such as under a tarp or in a waterproof container. Wet firewood will be difficult to ignite and will produce less heat. Add fuel gradually. Avoid adding too much fuel at once, as it can smother the fire. Instead, add small pieces of wood gradually to maintain a steady flame. Create a windbreak. Use rocks, logs, or a snow wall to create a windbreak around your fire. This will help to protect the flames from gusts of wind and maintain a consistent heat source. Maintain proper airflow. Ensure that there is enough airflow to keep the fire burning. Avoid overcrowding the fire with too much wood, as it can restrict airflow and cause the fire to smolder. Keep the fire going overnight. If you need to keep the fire burning overnight, gather enough firewood to last until morning. Place larger logs on the fire before going to sleep to ensure a slow and steady burn. 8.3.4 Alternative fire starting methods. In extreme cold weather conditions, traditional fire starting methods may not be effective. It is essential to have alternative fire starting methods as a backup. Here are a few options. Fire starters. Carry waterproof fire starters, such as fire starter sticks or cubes, in your survival kit. These can be ignited even in wet conditions and provide a reliable source of flame. Magnesium fire starter. A magnesium fire starter creates sparks when scraped with a knife. It can ignite dry tinder and help you start a fire even in challenging conditions. Chemical fire starters. Chemical fire starters, such as potassium permanganate and glycerin, can be used to create a fire. These substances react when combined, producing heat and flames. Solar fire starting. In sunny conditions, you can use a magnifying glass or a reflective surface, such as a mirror or aluminum foil, to focus sunlight and ignite dry tinder. Remember to practice using alternative fire starting methods before you find yourself in an emergency situation. Familiarize yourself with the techniques and ensure you have the necessary tools in your survival kit. Building and maintaining a fire in frigid temperatures is a skill that can greatly enhance your chances of survival. By understanding the importance of fire, following the proper steps for building and maintaining a fire, and having alternative fire starting methods, you will be better prepared to face the challenges of cold weather survival. 8.4 Alternative fire starting methods. When you find yourself in a cold environment, having the ability to start a fire can be crucial for your survival. Fire provides warmth, light, and the ability to cook food and purify water. However, traditional fire starting methods may not always be feasible in extreme cold conditions. That's why it's important to be familiar with alternative fire starting methods that can help you overcome the challenges of frigid temperatures. 8.4.1 Chemical fire starters. Chemical fire starters are a reliable and efficient way to start a fire in cold weather. These compact and lightweight tools are designed to ignite easily and burn for a long time, even in wet or freezing conditions. They typically come in the form of fire starting sticks, cubes, or gels that can be easily ignited with a spark or flame. One popular chemical fire starter is the fire gel. This gel is highly flammable and can be applied to various materials such as wood, paper, or kindling to help ignite a fire. Another option is the fire starter cube, which is made of compressed sawdust and wax. These cubes burn for an extended period, providing a steady flame to ignite larger pieces of wood. Chemical fire starters are often waterproof, making them ideal for starting fires in snowy or wet environments. They are also easy to carry in your survival kit or backpack, ensuring you have a reliable fire starting method at all times. 8.4.2 Ferrocium rods. Ferrocium rods, also known as fire steel or flint and steel, are another effective alternative fire starting method in cold weather. These rods are made of a ferrocium alloy that produces a shower of sparks when struck with a hard object, such as a knife or rock. To use a ferrocium rod, you need to create a spark that can ignite your tinder or kindling. This can be done by firmly scraping the rod with the edge of your knife, creating a shower of sparks that can easily catch fire. Ferrocium rods are highly durable and can be used in any weather condition, including extreme cold. When using a ferrocium rod in frigid temperatures, it's important to ensure that your tinder is dry and finely shredded. This will increase the chances of catching the sparks and starting a fire. Additionally, it's advisable to practice using a ferrocium rod in various weather conditions before relying on it in an emergency situation. 8.4.3 Solar fire starting. While it may seem counterintuitive to rely on the sun for fire starting in cold weather, solar fire starting can be a viable option under the right conditions. This method utilizes the power of the sun's rays to focus heat and ignite tinder. To start a fire using solar fire starting, you will need a magnifying glass or a similar lens that can concentrate sunlight into a small, intense beam. Hold the lens close to the tinder, angling it to focus the sunlight onto a small spot. With patience and careful adjustment, the concentrated heat can eventually ignite the tinder, starting your fire. Solar fire starting works best on sunny days when the sun is high in the sky. It may not be as effective on cloudy or overcast days, as the sunlight is diffused and less concentrated. However, it's still worth carrying a small magnifying glass or lens in your survival kit, as it can serve as a backup fire starting method when other options are unavailable. 8.4.4 Battery and steel wool. If you have access to a battery and steel wool, you have a simple and effective fire starting method at your disposal. By touching the positive and negative terminals of a battery to a piece of steel wool, you can create a short circuit that generates sparks and ignites the steel wool. To start a fire using this method, simply place a small bundle of fine steel wool on top of your tinder or kindling. Then, touch the positive and negative terminals of the battery to the steel wool, creating a spark that will quickly catch fire. Once the steel wool is ignited, carefully blow on it to transfer the flame to the surrounding tinder. It's important to note that this method can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always exercise caution when working with batteries and ensure that you have a safe and controlled environment to start your fire. 8.4.5 Fire plow and fire saw. The fire plow and fire saw are primitive fire starting methods that have been used by indigenous cultures for centuries. These methods involve using friction to create heat, eventually igniting the tinder. The fire plow technique involves rubbing a wooden plow against a wooden baseboard to create friction. By applying downward pressure and rapidly moving the plow back and forth, the friction generates heat that can ignite the tinder. The fire saw technique is similar but involves using a sawing motion instead of a back and forth motion. By sawing a wooden stick against a wooden baseboard, the friction creates heat that can eventually ignite the tinder. Both the fire plow and fire saw methods require practice and physical exertion. They can be challenging to master, especially in cold weather conditions. However, if you find yourself without any other fire starting tools, these primitive methods can be a lifesaver. Remember, when using alternative fire starting methods in cold weather, it's essential to have dry and finely shredded tinder, as well as suitable kindling and fuel. Practice these methods in various conditions before relying on them in an emergency situation. 9. Surviving winter storms. 9.1 Understanding winter storms. Winter storms can be incredibly dangerous and unpredictable, bringing with them frigid temperatures, heavy snowfall, strong winds, and reduced visibility. Understanding the nature of winter storms is crucial for survival in cold environments. In this section, we will explore the different types of winter storms, their characteristics, and the potential hazards they pose. 9.1.1 Types of winter storms. Winter storms can take various forms, each with its own unique characteristics. Here are some of the most common types of winter storms. 9.1.1.1 Snowstorms. Snowstorms occur when there is a significant amount of snowfall accompanied by strong winds. These storms can create blizzard conditions, making travel and visibility extremely difficult. Snowstorms can last for several hours or even days, leaving behind deep snowdrifts and hazardous conditions. 9.1.1.2 Ice storms. Ice storms are characterized by freezing rain that coats surfaces, including roads, trees, and power lines, with a layer of ice. This ice accumulation can lead to widespread power outages, tree damage, and dangerous road conditions. Walking or driving on ice-covered surfaces can be treacherous and should be avoided whenever possible. 9.1.1.3 Nor'easters. Nor'easters are intense winter storms that typically affect the northeastern coast of North America. These storms develop along the east coast and bring heavy snow, strong winds, and coastal flooding. Nor'easters can last for several days and have the potential to cause significant damage and disruption to communities in their path. 9.1.1.4 Blizzards. Blizzards are severe winter storms characterized by strong winds, heavy snowfall, and reduced visibility. The combination of these factors can create whiteout conditions, making it nearly impossible to see and navigate. Blizzards can be life-threatening, especially for those caught outdoors or stranded in vehicles. 9.1.2 Hazards of winter storms. Winter storms pose numerous hazards that can endanger your safety and well-being. It is essential to be aware of these hazards and take appropriate precautions to mitigate the risks. Here are some of the primary hazards associated with winter storms. 9.1.2.1 Extreme cold. Winter storms often bring frigid temperatures, which can lead to hypothermia and frostbite if proper precautions are not taken. Exposure to extreme cold for extended periods can be life-threatening, especially without adequate protection and shelter. 9.1.2.2 Heavy snowfall. Heavy snowfall during winter storms can create significant challenges. It can make travel difficult or impossible, burying roads and obstructing pathways. The weight of accumulated snow can also cause roofs to collapse and trees to fall, posing a significant risk to structures and individuals. 9.1.2.3 Strong winds. Winter storms are often accompanied by strong winds, which can exacerbate the hazards of snowfall. High winds can create blizzard conditions, reducing visibility and causing snowdrifts to accumulate rapidly. The combination of strong winds and cold temperatures can also result in wind chill, increasing the risk of frostbite and hypothermia. 9.1.2.4 Reduced visibility. Blowing snow and whiteout conditions can severely limit visibility during winter storms. This can make it challenging to navigate, especially in open areas or unfamiliar terrain. Reduced visibility also increases the risk of accidents and getting lost, making it crucial to stay aware of your surroundings and have appropriate navigation tools. 9.1.3 Preparing for winter storms. Surviving winter storms requires careful preparation and planning. Here are some essential steps to take before a winter storm. 9.1.3.1 Stay informed. Monitor weather forecasts and stay updated on the latest information regarding approaching winter storms. Pay attention to any warnings or advisories issued by local authorities. Being aware of the storm's timing and severity will help you make informed decisions and take appropriate actions. 9.1.3.2 Stock up on supplies. Before a winter storm hits, ensure you have an ample supply of essential items such as food, water, medications, and emergency supplies. Stock up on non-perishable food items that do not require cooking or refrigeration. Have enough water to last for several days, as well as a backup heating source and extra blankets or sleeping bags for warmth. 9.1.3.3 Prepare your home. Take steps to winterize your home and make it more resilient to the effects of a winter storm. Insulate windows and doors, seal any drafts, and ensure your heating system is in good working condition. Have a backup generator or alternative heating source available in case of power outages. Clear gutters and drains to prevent ice dams and water damage. 9.1.3.4 Create an emergency kit. Assemble an emergency kit that includes essential items such as a flashlight, batteries, a first aid kit, a battery-powered radio, extra clothing, and a fully charged cell phone with a portable charger. Include any necessary medications and personal hygiene items. Keep the emergency kit in a readily accessible location. 9.1.3.5 Develop a communication plan. Establish a communication plan with your family and loved ones in case of separation during a winter storm. Determine a designated meeting place and establish a method of communication, such as text messaging or a designated phone call time. Inform others of your plans and whereabouts. By understanding the different types of winter storms, the hazards they present, and taking proactive measures to prepare, you can increase your chances of surviving and staying safe during these challenging weather events. Remember to always prioritize your safety and seek shelter when necessary. 9.2 Preparing for winter storms. Winter storms can bring frigid temperatures, heavy snowfall, strong winds, and dangerous conditions. Being prepared for these storms is crucial to ensure your safety and survival. In this section, we will discuss the steps you can take to prepare for winter storms and increase your chances of surviving frigid temperatures. 9.2.1 Stay informed. One of the most important aspects of preparing for winter storms is staying informed about the weather conditions. Pay attention to weather forecasts and warnings issued by local authorities. These forecasts will provide you with valuable information about the severity and duration of the storm, allowing you to make informed decisions about your safety. 9.2.2 Stock up on supplies. Before a winter storm hits, it is essential to stock up on necessary supplies. Make sure you have enough food, water, and medication to last for several days. Non-perishable food items that require minimal preparation are ideal for emergency situations. Additionally, have a supply of batteries, flashlights, a battery-powered radio, and a first aid kit readily available. 9.2.3 Prepare your home. Preparing your home for a winter storm is crucial to ensure your safety and comfort. Insulate your windows and doors to prevent drafts and heat loss. Use weather stripping and caulk to seal any gaps or cracks. It is also advisable to have a backup heating source, such as a generator or wood-burning stove, in case of a power outage. 9.2.4 Create an emergency kit. In addition to stocking up on supplies, it is essential to create an emergency kit specifically designed for winter storms. This kit should include items such as extra blankets, warm clothing, gloves, hats, and waterproof boots. It is also advisable to have hand warmers, a shovel, ice melt, and a portable phone charger in your emergency kit. 9.2.5 Develop a communication plan. During a winter storm, communication can become challenging. It is crucial to develop a communication plan with your family or household members. Determine a designated meeting place in case you get separated and establish a method of communication, such as a designated phone number or a messaging app. Make sure everyone knows the plan and understands how to reach each other in case of an emergency. 9.2.6 Prepare your vehicle. If you must travel during a winter storm, it is essential to prepare your vehicle for the harsh conditions. Keep your gas tank full to prevent fuel lines from freezing. Equip your vehicle with winter tires or chains for better traction on icy roads. Pack an emergency kit for your vehicle, including a blanket, extra clothing, a flashlight, a shovel, and non-perishable food items. 9.2.7 Know your surroundings. Familiarize yourself with your surroundings and the potential hazards in your area. Identify the nearest shelter or community center where you can seek refuge if necessary. Be aware of any nearby bodies of water that may pose a risk during a storm. Understanding your surroundings will help you make informed decisions and stay safe during a winter storm. 9.2.8 Stay indoors and limit exposure. When a winter storm hits, it is crucial to stay indoors and limit your exposure to the elements. Cold temperatures, strong winds, and heavy snowfall can be extremely dangerous. If you must go outside, dress in layers, cover exposed skin, and wear a hat and gloves to prevent frostbite. Minimize your time outdoors and seek shelter as soon as possible. 9.2.9 Have a backup plan. Despite all the precautions you take, there may be situations where you need to evacuate or seek alternative shelter. Have a backup plan in place in case your home becomes uninhabitable or unsafe. Identify nearby shelters, hotels, or the homes of friends or family members where you can go if necessary. It is always better to have a backup plan than to be caught off guard during a winter storm. 9.2.10 Stay calm and positive. Surviving frigid temperatures and winter storms requires mental and emotional resilience. It is essential to stay calm and positive during challenging situations. Keep yourself occupied with activities such as reading, playing games, or listening to music to maintain a positive mindset. Remember that the storm will eventually pass, and your preparedness and resilience will help you overcome the challenges. By following these steps and being prepared, you can increase your chances of surviving frigid temperatures and winter storms. Remember to stay informed, stock up on supplies, prepare your home and vehicle, and develop a communication plan. Stay indoors, limit exposure, and have a backup plan in case of evacuation. With the right preparations and a resilient mindset, you can navigate through winter storms and emerge safely on the other side. 9.3 During the storm. When you find yourself caught in a winter storm, it is crucial to know how to survive in frigid temperatures. The storm itself can be dangerous, but the extreme cold that accompanies it poses an even greater threat to your safety. In this section, we will discuss important strategies and precautions to take during a winter storm to increase your chances of survival. 9.3.1 Stay calm and assess the situation. The first and most important thing to do during a winter storm is to stay calm. Panicking will only cloud your judgment and hinder your ability to make rational decisions. Take a moment to assess the situation and evaluate your surroundings. Look for any potential hazards or risks that may pose a threat to your safety. 9.3.2 Seek shelter. Finding or creating a shelter is crucial during a winter storm. If you are outdoors and far from any buildings or structures, look for natural shelters such as caves, overhangs, or dense tree canopies. These can provide some protection from the wind and snow. If you have a survival kit or emergency gear, use it to create a makeshift shelter using materials like tarps, branches, or snow. 9.3.3 Conserve energy. In extreme cold, your body will work harder to maintain its core temperature. To conserve energy and prevent exhaustion, avoid unnecessary physical exertion. Move slowly and deliberately, and avoid sweating as it can lead to rapid heat loss once you stop moving. Take regular breaks to rest and warm up if possible. 9.3.4 Stay hydrated and nourished. It is essential to stay hydrated and nourished during a winter storm. Dehydration can occur even in cold weather, so drink plenty of water or melt snow for drinking if necessary. Consume high-energy foods like nuts, granola bars, and dried fruits to provide your body with the fuel it needs to generate heat. 9.3.5 Keep warm. Maintaining your body heat is crucial in frigid temperatures. Wear multiple layers of clothing to trap warm air close to your body. Pay special attention to protecting your extremities, such as your hands, feet, and head, as they are more susceptible to frostbite. Use hand warmers, foot warmers, and insulated hats to keep these areas warm. 9.3.6 Monitor for signs of hypothermia and frostbite. During a winter storm, it is important to be vigilant for signs of hypothermia and frostbite. Hypothermia occurs when your body loses heat faster than it can produce it, leading to a dangerously low body temperature. Symptoms include shivering, confusion, drowsiness, and loss of coordination. Frostbite, on the other hand, is the freezing of body tissues, usually affecting the extremities. Look out for numbness, tingling, or a white or grayish appearance in the affected areas. 9.3.7 Stay dry. Moisture can quickly rob your body of heat, so it is crucial to stay dry during a winter storm. If your clothing becomes wet, change into dry clothes as soon as possible. If you don't have spare clothes, try to remove any wet layers and wrap yourself in a waterproof barrier such as a plastic bag or emergency blanket. 9.3.8 Be prepared for whiteout conditions. Whiteout conditions occur when snowfall and wind combine to create a complete loss of visibility. If you find yourself in a whiteout, it is important to stay calm and avoid unnecessary movement. Trying to navigate in these conditions can be extremely dangerous, as it is easy to become disoriented and lose your way. Instead, find a safe spot to hunker down and wait for the storm to pass. 9.3.9 Stay connected and communicate. If possible, stay connected with others during a winter storm. Let someone know about your plans and estimated time of return. If you have a cell phone, keep it close and conserve its battery. In case of an emergency, it can be a lifeline to call for help. If you are in a group, establish a communication plan and check in with each other regularly. 9.3.10 Be prepared for power outages. Winter storms can often cause power outages, leaving you without heat or electricity. Be prepared for this possibility by having alternative sources of heat, such as a portable propane heater or a wood-burning stove. Make sure you have enough fuel or firewood to last through the storm. Use these alternative heat sources safely and follow all manufacturers' instructions. 9.3.11 Stay informed. Lastly, stay informed about the weather conditions and any updates or warnings issued by local authorities. Listen to weather forecasts on a battery-powered radio or through a mobile app. Being aware of any changes in the storm's intensity or duration can help you make informed decisions about your safety. Remember, surviving in frigid temperatures during a winter storm requires preparation, knowledge, and the ability to adapt to changing conditions. By staying calm, seeking shelter, conserving energy, and taking care of your basic needs, you can increase your chances of making it through the storm safely. 9.4 After the storm. Once the winter storm has passed, it is important to proceed with caution and take necessary steps to ensure your safety and well-being. While the storm may be over, the aftermath can still pose risks and challenges. In this section, we will discuss the key considerations and actions to take after a winter storm. 9.4.1 Assessing the situation. After the storm has subsided, take a moment to assess the situation around you. Look for any immediate dangers or hazards that may have been caused by the storm, such as fallen trees, power lines, or unstable structures. Be cautious of any potential risks before proceeding with your post-storm activities. 9.4.2 Checking for damage. Inspect your shelter, whether it is a snow shelter, emergency shelter, or any other type of structure, for any damages caused by the storm. Look for cracks, leaks, or structural weaknesses that may have occurred due to heavy snowfall, strong winds, or freezing temperatures. Repair any damages as soon as possible to ensure the integrity of your shelter. 9.4.3 Clearing snow. If your shelter or surrounding area has been heavily covered in snow, it is important to clear it away to prevent any potential risks. Clear snow from the entrance of your shelter, pathways, and any other areas that you need to access. This will not only make movement easier but also reduce the risk of snow accumulation causing structural damage or blocking exits. 9.4.4 Restocking supplies. Winter storms can deplete your supplies, so it is crucial to restock as soon as possible. Check your food and water reserves to ensure you have an adequate supply to last until conditions improve. If necessary, venture out to gather more resources, but be cautious of any remaining hazards and the potential for further inclement weather. 9.4.5 Re-establishing communication. If you were cut off from communication during the storm, it is important to re-establish contact with the outside world. Check your communication devices, such as radios or satellite phones, to ensure they are functioning properly. If necessary, try to find higher ground or an open area to improve your chances of getting a signal. 9.4.6 Monitoring weather updates. Even though the storm has passed, it is essential to stay informed about any upcoming weather changes. Winter storms can be unpredictable, and it is crucial to be prepared for any potential developments. Listen to weather updates on your communication devices or use any available technology to stay informed about the current and forecasted weather conditions. 9.4.7 Clearing pathways and roads. If you are in an area with roads or pathways, it may be necessary to clear them of snow and debris. This will not only make it easier for you to move around but also increase the chances of rescue or assistance if needed. Use shovels, snowplows, or any available tools to clear the way, but be cautious of any remaining hazards. 9.4.8 Seeking medical attention. If you or anyone in your group has suffered any injuries or health issues during the storm, it is important to seek medical attention as soon as possible. Frostbite, hypothermia, and other cold-related injuries can have serious consequences if left untreated. Contact emergency services or use your communication devices to request medical assistance if needed. 9.4.9 Maintaining warmth and comfort. After enduring a winter storm, it is crucial to prioritize warmth and comfort. Ensure that your shelter is well insulated and properly heated. Use blankets, sleeping bags, or additional layers of clothing to keep yourself warm. Conserve energy and fuel by bundling up and avoiding unnecessary exposure to the cold. 9.4.10 Mental and emotional well-being. Surviving a winter storm can be physically and emotionally challenging. Take the time to check in with yourself and your companions, and address any mental or emotional stress that may have arisen during the storm. Engage in activities that promote relaxation, such as meditation or reading, and maintain a positive mindset to boost resilience. 9.4.11 Learning from the experience. Reflect on your experience surviving the winter storm and identify any lessons learned. Consider what worked well and what could be improved upon for future situations. This knowledge will not only help you in your own survival but also enable you to share valuable insights with others who may find themselves in similar circumstances. Remember, the aftermath of a winter storm can still present challenges and risks. Stay vigilant, prioritize safety, and take the necessary steps to ensure your well-being. By being prepared and proactive, you can navigate the post-storm period with resilience and confidence. 10. Emergency signaling in cold weather. 10.1 Importance of signaling in cold environments. In cold environments, where the conditions can be harsh and unforgiving, the importance of signaling cannot be overstated. When faced with an emergency situation or stranded in the freezing wilderness, signaling can be a lifeline, connecting you with potential rescuers and increasing your chances of being found and rescued. In extreme cold weather, where visibility may be limited and the chances of survival decrease rapidly, effective signaling techniques can make all the difference between life and death. 10.1.1 Increasing visibility. One of the primary reasons why signaling is crucial in cold environments is to increase your visibility to search and rescue teams. In snowy landscapes or during blizzard conditions, it can be challenging for rescuers to spot you, especially if you are in a remote or secluded area. By using visual signaling techniques, such as creating contrast against the white background, you can significantly enhance your chances of being seen. 10.1.2 Attracting attention. In addition to increasing visibility, signaling is also essential for attracting the attention of potential rescuers. In cold environments, where the sound may be muffled by snow or wind, auditory signaling techniques can help draw attention to your location. By using specific sounds, such as whistles, horns, or even shouting, you can alert nearby individuals or search teams to your presence. 10.1.3 Communication with rescuers. Signaling not only helps you get noticed but also allows you to communicate with rescuers. By using predetermined signals or codes, you can convey important information to search teams, such as your location, the severity of your situation, or any specific medical needs. This communication can be vital in ensuring that rescuers understand your circumstances and can provide the necessary assistance promptly. 10.1.4 Maintaining hope and mental well-being. Being stranded in a cold environment can be an incredibly isolating and mentally challenging experience. The act of signaling, even if there is no immediate response, can provide a sense of purpose and hope. It allows you to take an active role in your rescue and maintain a positive mindset, knowing that you are doing everything possible to increase your chances of being found. This psychological boost can be crucial in maintaining mental well-being and resilience during a cold weather survival situation. 10.1.5 Signaling techniques. There are various signaling techniques that can be employed in cold environments. Here are some commonly used methods. Visual signaling techniques. Bright colors. Wearing or displaying bright colored clothing or equipment can help you stand out against the white background of snow. Reflective materials. Using reflective materials, such as mirrors or reflective tape, can increase your visibility by reflecting light towards potential rescuers. Signal fires. Building and maintaining a signal fire can create a column of smoke that can be seen from a distance. Signal panels. Using brightly colored or reflective panels to create large, visible signals on the ground or against a background. Auditory signaling techniques. Whistles. Carrying a whistle and using it to produce a loud, distinct sound can attract attention even in challenging weather conditions. Horns. Air horns or other loud noise-making devices can be effective in alerting nearby individuals or search teams. Shouting, yelling or shouting at regular intervals can help create a continuous sound that may be heard by rescuers. Using technology for signaling. Flashing lights. If you have access to a flashlight or headlamp, using the strobe or flashing mode can create a visible signal, especially during low light conditions. Personal locator beacons (PLBs). PLBs are small, portable devices that can transmit distress signals to satellite systems, alerting search and rescue teams to your location. Cell phones. If you have cell phone reception, making emergency calls or sending text messages to emergency services can be an effective way to signal for help. Remember, it is essential to familiarize yourself with these signaling techniques before venturing into cold environments. Practice using them and ensure you have the necessary signaling equipment readily available in your survival kit. By being prepared and knowing how to effectively signal for help, you significantly increase your chances of survival in frigid temperatures. 10.2 Visual Signaling Techniques. In cold weather survival situations, visual signaling techniques can be crucial for attracting attention and increasing your chances of being rescued. When you find yourself in an emergency situation in a cold environment, it is important to understand and utilize various visual signaling techniques to make yourself visible to potential rescuers. These techniques can help you overcome the challenges posed by the harsh conditions and increase your chances of being spotted from a distance. 10.2.1 Choosing the right location. When it comes to visual signaling, choosing the right location is essential. Look for an open area where your signals can be easily seen from a distance. If possible, find a high point such as a hill or a ridge that offers a clear line of sight. This will increase the visibility of your signals and make it easier for rescuers to spot you. 10.2.2 Using reflective materials. Reflective materials are highly effective in catching the attention of potential rescuers. Carry a small mirror or any reflective object in your survival kit. When you spot a potential rescuer or a passing aircraft, use the mirror to reflect sunlight towards them. Aim the reflection directly at the target, moving the mirror back and forth to create a flashing effect. This flashing light can be easily noticed from a distance and can help rescuers locate your position. 10.2.3 Creating signal fires. Signal fires are one of the most effective visual signaling techniques in cold weather survival situations. Build a fire in an open area, away from any flammable materials. To make your fire more visible, add green vegetation or wet materials to produce thick smoke. The smoke will rise high into the air, increasing the chances of being spotted by rescuers. Additionally, you can create 3 fires in a triangular pattern, which is a recognized distress signal. This pattern can help rescuers identify your location more easily. 10.2.4 Using brightly colored objects. Carrying brightly colored objects in your survival kit can greatly aid in visual signaling. Items such as brightly colored clothing, flags, or tarps can be used to create a contrast against the white snow or the surrounding environment. Hang these objects in a visible location, such as from a tree or a pole, to attract attention. The vibrant colors will stand out and increase the chances of being noticed by rescuers. 10.2.5 Building snow structures. In snowy environments, building snow structures can serve as effective visual signals. Constructing a large X or SOS sign on the ground using branches or rocks can be easily spotted from the air. These signs should be large enough to be visible from a distance and should contrast with the surrounding snow. Additionally, you can dig a trench in the snow and line it with dark-colored materials such as clothing or tarps. This trench can act as a visual marker and help rescuers locate your position. 10.2.6 Using flashlights or flares. Flashlights and flares are valuable tools for visual signaling in cold weather survival situations. Carry a flashlight with a strobe or SOS function in your survival kit. Use the strobe or SOS mode to create a flashing light that can be seen from a distance. If you have flares, follow the instructions carefully and use them sparingly. Flares produce a bright, intense light that can be seen from far away, making them an effective signaling tool. 10.2.7 Signaling with snow or ice. In snowy or icy conditions, you can use the natural elements to create visual signals. Use your hands or a stick to draw large symbols or letters in the snow. These symbols should be large enough to be visible from a distance and should contrast with the white snow. Additionally, you can break ice or snow into large chunks and arrange them in a visible pattern, such as an arrow or an SOS sign. These signals can catch the attention of rescuers and guide them towards your location. Remember, when using visual signaling techniques, it is important to be patient and persistent. Rescuers may not immediately spot your signals, so continue to maintain and update them regularly. Stay vigilant and be prepared to adapt your signaling techniques based on the conditions and available resources. By utilizing visual signaling techniques effectively, you can greatly increase your chances of being rescued in a cold weather survival situation. 10.3 Auditory signaling techniques. In extreme cold weather situations, when visibility is limited or when you are in a remote area, auditory signaling techniques can be crucial for attracting attention and alerting potential rescuers to your presence. While visual signaling techniques are effective during the day, auditory signals can be especially useful during the night or in situations where visibility is poor. This section will explore various auditory signaling techniques that can help increase your chances of being found and rescued in cold weather environments. 10.3.1 Whistles. One of the most effective and widely used auditory signaling devices in cold weather survival situations is a whistle. Whistles are lightweight, compact, and can produce a loud and distinct sound that carries over long distances. When choosing a whistle, opt for one that is made of durable materials and is designed to work in extreme temperatures. Attach the whistle to your clothing or gear using a lanyard or clip, ensuring that it is easily accessible in case of an emergency. To use a whistle effectively, blow short, sharp bursts rather than a continuous sound. This pattern of 3 short blasts is internationally recognized as a distress signal. By blowing the whistle in this manner, you can create a distinct sound that stands out from the surrounding environment, increasing the chances of being heard by potential rescuers. 10.3.2 Shouting and Yelling. In addition to using a whistle, shouting and yelling can also be effective auditory signaling techniques. When you find yourself in a survival situation, it is important to conserve your energy and avoid unnecessary exertion. However, if you hear or see potential rescuers nearby, shouting and yelling can be an effective way to attract their attention. When shouting or yelling, use short and loud phrases such as, "Help," or, "Over here," to convey your distress. Aim to project your voice as far as possible by taking deep breaths and using your diaphragm to produce a powerful sound. Remember to pace yourself and take breaks to avoid exhaustion. 10.3.3 Noise-making devices. In addition to whistles and shouting, there are other noise-making devices that can be used for auditory signaling in cold weather environments. These devices are designed to produce loud and attention-grabbing sounds, increasing the chances of being heard by potential rescuers. One such device is an air horn. Air horns are compact and can produce a loud and piercing sound that carries over long distances. They are often used in marine environments but can also be effective in cold weather survival situations. Another option is a portable electronic signaling device, such as a personal locator beacon (PLB) or an emergency whistle with a built-in alarm. These devices emit a loud and continuous sound that can attract attention and alert rescuers to your location. 10.3.4 Morse code. Morse code is a system of communication that uses a series of short and long signals to represent letters and numbers. Learning Morse code can be a valuable skill in a survival situation, as it allows you to communicate using sound and light signals. By tapping or sounding out Morse code signals, you can convey messages and attract attention from potential rescuers. To use Morse code for auditory signaling, you can tap on a hard surface, blow short bursts on a whistle, or use any other method that produces distinct sounds. Morse code signals can be used to spell out words or convey simple messages such as SOS, AAAAA, which is universally recognized as a distress signal. 10.3.5 Drumming and Pounding. In certain situations, such as when you are trapped in a confined space or when visibility is extremely limited, drumming or pounding on a surface can be an effective way to create loud and distinctive sounds. By using a hard object, such as a stick or a rock, you can create rhythmic patterns or loud thuds that can carry over long distances. When drumming or pounding, aim to create a pattern or rhythm that stands out from the surrounding environment. This can help potential rescuers distinguish your signals from other natural sounds. Additionally, vary the intensity and speed of your drumming to create a sense of urgency and attract attention. Remember, when using auditory signaling techniques, it is important to conserve your energy and use them strategically. Use these techniques sparingly and only when you believe there is a chance of attracting attention. Always prioritize your safety and consider other factors, such as weather conditions and the proximity of potential rescuers, before relying solely on auditory signals. 10.4 Using technology for signaling. In extreme cold weather situations, when you find yourself in a survival scenario, it is crucial to have effective methods of signaling for help. While traditional methods such as visual and auditory signaling techniques are essential, technology can also play a significant role in increasing your chances of being rescued. In this section, we will explore various technological tools and devices that can be used for signaling in cold environments. 10.4.1 Satellite phones. Satellite phones are invaluable tools for communication in remote and cold areas where traditional cellular networks may not be available. These phones use satellites to establish a connection, allowing you to make calls or send messages even in the most isolated locations. Having a satellite phone in your survival kit can be a lifeline, enabling you to contact emergency services or loved ones to alert them of your situation and request assistance. When using a satellite phone, it is essential to have a clear line of sight to the sky to establish a connection with the satellites. Position yourself in an open area away from tall trees or structures that may obstruct the signal. Remember to conserve battery life by using the phone sparingly and keeping it protected from the cold to ensure it remains functional when you need it most. 10.4.2 Personal Locator Beacons (PLBs). Personal locator beacons, commonly known as PLBs, are compact devices that can be a lifesaver in emergency situations. These devices use satellite technology to transmit distress signals to search and rescue authorities, providing them with your precise location. PLBs are designed to withstand extreme temperatures and harsh conditions, making them ideal for cold weather survival. When activating a PLB, it is crucial to ensure that the antenna is fully extended and unobstructed to maximize the signal transmission. Once activated, the PLB will continuously transmit your distress signal until help arrives. Remember to register your PLB with the appropriate authorities and keep it easily accessible in case of an emergency. 10.4.3 Emergency Position Indicating Radio Beacons, EPIRBs. Similar to PLBs, Emergency Position Indicating Radio Beacons, EPIRBs, are devices that use satellite technology to transmit distress signals. However, EPIRBs are primarily designed for maritime use and are typically found on boats or ships. In cold weather survival scenarios near bodies of water, having access to an EPIRB can significantly increase your chances of being located and rescued. EPIRBs are activated by deploying them in the water, which triggers the distress signal transmission. These devices are equipped with a GPS receiver, allowing search and rescue teams to pinpoint your exact location. If you find yourself stranded near frozen lakes or rivers, having an EPIRB can be a vital tool for signaling for help. 10.4.4 Personal GPS Devices. Personal GPS devices, such as handheld GPS units or GPS-enabled smartphones, can be valuable tools for navigation and signaling in cold environments. These devices utilize satellite signals to determine your precise location, allowing you to share your coordinates with rescue teams or loved ones. When using a personal GPS device for signaling, ensure that you have a clear view of the sky to establish a strong satellite connection. Some GPS devices also offer the option to send pre-programmed messages or distress signals, which can be useful in emergency situations. Remember to keep spare batteries or a portable charger to ensure your GPS device remains operational. 10.4.5 Emergency Whistle with built-in compass and thermometer. An emergency whistle is a simple yet effective signaling tool that should be a part of every cold weather survival kit. However, some emergency whistles are equipped with additional features such as a built-in compass and thermometer. These multifunctional whistles can help you navigate and determine the temperature, which is crucial for assessing the severity of the cold weather. When using an emergency whistle for signaling, ensure that you blow it in short bursts to create a distinct sound that carries over long distances. 3 short bursts are commonly recognized as a distress signal. Remember to practice using the whistle before an emergency situation arises to familiarize yourself with its operation and maximize its effectiveness. 10.4.6 Smartphone Apps. In today's digital age, smartphones have become an integral part of our lives. In cold weather survival situations, certain smartphone apps can provide valuable assistance in signaling for help. There are various apps available that utilize GPS technology to share your location with emergency services or designated contacts. These apps often allow you to send distress signals, share your coordinates, and provide essential information about your situation. However, it is important to note that smartphone functionality may be limited in extreme cold temperatures. Keep your phone protected from the cold and carry spare batteries or a portable charger to ensure its usability. Remember that technology should never be relied upon as the sole method of signaling in a survival situation. Traditional methods such as visual and auditory signaling techniques should always be prioritized. However, incorporating technology into your signaling strategy can significantly enhance your chances of being located and rescued in cold weather environments. 11. Mental and emotional resilience. 11.1 Coping with isolation and loneliness. Isolation and loneliness can be challenging to cope with, especially in extreme cold environments where you may find yourself alone for extended periods. The isolation can intensify feelings of loneliness, leading to a decline in mental and emotional well-being. However, with the right strategies and mindset, you can effectively cope with isolation and loneliness, maintaining your mental and emotional resilience. 11.1.1 Embracing solitude. While isolation and loneliness may seem daunting, it's essential to recognize that solitude can also offer opportunities for self-reflection, personal growth, and creativity. Embracing solitude can help you develop a deeper understanding of yourself and your surroundings. Take this time to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, such as writing, drawing, or practicing mindfulness. By focusing on the positive aspects of solitude, you can transform your experience of isolation into a period of self-discovery and personal development. 11.1.2 Establishing a routine. Creating a daily routine can provide structure and purpose to your days, helping to combat feelings of aimlessness and loneliness. Plan your activities, including tasks related to survival, self-care, and leisure, and allocate specific times for each. Having a routine not only gives you a sense of control but also ensures that you stay engaged and productive. It can be helpful to set goals for yourself, both short-term and long-term, to maintain motivation and a sense of accomplishment. 11.1.3 Staying connected with loved ones. Even in remote and isolated environments, it's crucial to maintain connections with your loved ones. While you may not have access to traditional means of communication, such as phone or internet, there are alternative methods you can explore. Leave messages for your loved ones in designated locations, such as a message board or a logbook, and encourage them to do the same. These messages can serve as a source of comfort and connection, bridging the physical distance between you and your loved ones. 11.1.4 Engaging in mindful practices. Practicing mindfulness can be immensely beneficial in coping with isolation and loneliness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Engage in activities that promote mindfulness, such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga. These practices can help you cultivate a sense of inner calm and reduce feelings of loneliness by fostering a deeper connection with yourself. 11.1.5 Seeking support from within. During periods of isolation, it's essential to tap into your inner strength and resilience. Remind yourself of the challenges you have overcome in the past and draw inspiration from those experiences. Practice self-compassion and self-care, treating yourself with kindness and understanding. Engage in positive self-talk and affirmations to boost your confidence and maintain a positive mindset. By nurturing your inner resources, you can build resilience and navigate the challenges of isolation and loneliness. 11.1.6 Connecting with nature. In extreme cold environments, nature can be a source of solace and connection. Take the time to appreciate the beauty of your surroundings, whether it's the snow-covered landscape or the clear night sky. Engage in activities that allow you to connect with nature, such as going for walks, observing wildlife, or practicing nature photography. Connecting with the natural world can provide a sense of awe and wonder, helping to alleviate feelings of isolation and loneliness. 11.1.7 Journaling and self-reflection. Keeping a journal can be a powerful tool for self-reflection and emotional expression. Write down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences, allowing yourself to process and make sense of your emotions. Journaling can serve as a form of release, enabling you to unload any burdens or anxieties you may be carrying. It can also provide a record of your journey, allowing you to look back and reflect on your growth and resilience. 11.1.8 Finding meaning and purpose. In times of isolation, it's essential to find meaning and purpose in your daily activities. Engage in tasks that align with your values and interests, whether it's tending to your shelter, gathering firewood, or exploring your surroundings. By finding purpose in your actions, you can cultivate a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction, reducing feelings of loneliness. Reflect on the significance of your survival journey and the lessons you are learning along the way. 11.1.9 Practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can shift your focus from feelings of isolation and loneliness to appreciation for the present moment. Take the time to acknowledge and express gratitude for the small blessings in your life, such as a warm fire, a nourishing meal, or a beautiful sunrise. Cultivating a gratitude mindset can help you maintain a positive outlook and foster a sense of connection with the world around you. 11.1.10 Seeking professional help. If feelings of isolation and loneliness become overwhelming and start to significantly impact your mental and emotional well-being, it's crucial to seek professional help. In extreme cold environments, access to mental health professionals may be limited, but there may be resources available through satellite communication or emergency services. Reach out to these resources if you feel the need for additional support and guidance. Remember, coping with isolation and loneliness is a process that requires patience and self-compassion. By implementing these strategies and maintaining a positive mindset, you can navigate the challenges of isolation and emerge from the experience with newfound resilience and strength. 11.2 Managing fear and anxiety. Surviving in frigid temperatures can be an incredibly challenging and daunting experience. The extreme cold, isolation, and harsh conditions can easily lead to fear and anxiety. However, managing these emotions is crucial for your overall well-being and survival. In this section, we will explore some strategies to help you effectively manage fear and anxiety in cold weather environments. 11.2.1 Understanding fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety are natural responses to dangerous or stressful situations. In cold weather survival scenarios, these emotions can arise due to the fear of freezing, getting lost, or not being able to find shelter or food. Anxiety can also stem from the uncertainty of the situation and the constant need to adapt to changing conditions. It is important to recognize that fear and anxiety are normal reactions, and acknowledging them is the first step towards managing them effectively. By understanding the root causes of these emotions, you can develop strategies to cope with them and maintain a clear and focused mindset. 11.2.2 Breathing and relaxation techniques. One effective way to manage fear and anxiety in cold weather environments is through breathing and relaxation techniques. Deep breathing exercises can help calm your nervous system and reduce stress levels. Take slow, deep breaths in through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this process several times, focusing on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. In addition to deep breathing, practicing relaxation techniques such as progressive muscle relaxation can help alleviate anxiety. Start by tensing and then relaxing each muscle group in your body, starting from your toes and working your way up to your head. This process helps release tension and promotes a sense of calmness. 11.2.3 Positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is a powerful tool for managing fear and anxiety in any challenging situation. When faced with fear or negative thoughts, consciously replace them with positive and empowering statements. Remind yourself of your strengths, previous successes, and the skills you possess to overcome obstacles. For example, instead of dwelling on thoughts like, "I can't handle this cold," reframe it to, "I am strong and capable of enduring this cold weather." By shifting your mindset to a more positive and confident outlook, you can boost your resilience and overcome fear and anxiety. 11.2.4 Focus on the present moment. When fear and anxiety arise, it is easy to get caught up in worrying about the future or dwelling on past mistakes. However, focusing on the present moment can help you stay grounded and make rational decisions. Pay attention to your surroundings, the tasks at hand, and the immediate steps you need to take to ensure your survival. By staying present, you can prevent your mind from spiraling into negative thoughts and emotions. Engage your senses by observing the beauty of the winter landscape, feeling the texture of the snow, or listening to the sounds of nature. This mindfulness can help distract you from fear and anxiety and provide a sense of calmness and control. 11.2.5 Seek support and connection. Isolation in cold weather environments can intensify fear and anxiety. It is essential to seek support and maintain connections with others, even if you are physically alone. If possible, communicate with loved ones or fellow survivors through radios, phones, or other communication devices. Sharing your experiences, fears, and concerns with others who understand can provide comfort and reassurance. If you are alone, consider keeping a journal to express your thoughts and emotions. Writing can be a therapeutic outlet and help you process your feelings. Additionally, reading survival stories or listening to motivational podcasts or audiobooks can provide inspiration and remind you that you are not alone in your struggles. 11.2.6 Visualization and mental preparation. Visualization is a powerful technique that can help manage fear and anxiety in cold weather survival situations. Take a few moments each day to visualize yourself successfully navigating through the challenges you may face. Imagine yourself finding shelter, starting a fire, or finding food. Visualize the feeling of warmth and safety. By mentally preparing yourself for different scenarios, you can build confidence and reduce anxiety. This technique allows you to rehearse your actions and responses in your mind, making you better equipped to handle the actual situation when it arises. 11.2.7 Stay engaged and occupied. Fear and anxiety can be overwhelming when you have idle time and nothing to occupy your mind. It is crucial to stay engaged and occupied to prevent negative thoughts from taking over. Keep yourself busy by performing tasks such as gathering firewood, improving your shelter, or exploring your surroundings. Engaging in activities that require focus and concentration can divert your attention from fear and anxiety. Additionally, maintaining a routine and setting small goals for yourself can provide a sense of purpose and accomplishment, boosting your mental resilience. 11.2.8 Practice self-care. Taking care of your physical and emotional well-being is essential for managing fear and anxiety in cold weather environments. Ensure you are getting enough rest and sleep to maintain your energy levels and mental clarity. Stay hydrated and nourished by consuming adequate food and water. Engage in activities that bring you joy and comfort, such as listening to music, reading, or practicing mindfulness exercises. Taking care of yourself physically and emotionally will help you stay resilient and better equipped to handle the challenges of surviving in frigid temperatures. Remember, fear and anxiety are natural responses, but they should not control your actions or mindset. By implementing these strategies and maintaining a positive mindset, you can effectively manage fear and anxiety, increasing your chances of survival in cold weather environments. 11.3 Maintaining a positive mindset. Surviving in frigid temperatures can be an incredibly challenging and daunting task. The extreme cold can test your physical endurance, but it can also take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. In order to increase your chances of survival in cold environments, it is crucial to maintain a positive mindset. A positive mindset can help you stay focused, motivated, and resilient in the face of adversity. In this section, we will explore some strategies to help you maintain a positive mindset in frigid temperatures. 11.3.1 Embracing the power of positive thinking. Positive thinking is a powerful tool that can significantly impact your mental and emotional state. When faced with freezing temperatures and harsh conditions, it is essential to focus on the positive aspects of your situation. Instead of dwelling on the challenges and difficulties, try to shift your mindset towards gratitude and appreciation. Be grateful for the resources and skills you have to navigate the cold environment. Remind yourself of the strength and resilience you possess, and believe in your ability to overcome any obstacles that come your way. 11.3.2 Finding purpose and meaning. In order to maintain a positive mindset, it is important to find purpose and meaning in your survival journey. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it can provide you with the motivation and determination to keep going, even in the harshest of conditions. Take some time to reflect on why you want to survive and what you hope to achieve. Whether it is reuniting with loved ones, fulfilling a personal goal, or simply experiencing the beauty of nature, having a purpose can give you a sense of direction and drive. 11.3.3 Practicing mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful practices that can help you stay present and focused, even in the most challenging circumstances. By practicing mindfulness, you can cultivate a sense of calm and inner peace, which can be invaluable in frigid temperatures. Take a few moments each day to sit in silence, focusing on your breath and observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice can help you develop mental clarity, reduce stress, and enhance your overall well-being. 11.3.4 Cultivating resilience and adaptability. Resilience and adaptability are essential qualities for surviving in cold environments. Cultivating these qualities can help you bounce back from setbacks and adapt to changing circumstances. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Instead of viewing failures or setbacks as defeats, see them as valuable lessons that can strengthen your resilience. Remember that you have the ability to adapt and overcome any obstacles that come your way. 11.3.5 Seeking support and connection. Surviving in frigid temperatures can be an isolating experience. However, it is important to remember that you are not alone. Seek support and connection with others, whether it is through sharing your experiences with fellow survivors or reaching out to loved ones back home. Connecting with others can provide you with a sense of belonging and support, which can greatly contribute to your mental and emotional well-being. Share your challenges, fears, and triumphs with others, and allow them to provide you with encouragement and motivation. 11.3.6 Celebrating small victories. In extreme cold environments, even the smallest accomplishments can feel like significant victories. Celebrate every milestone and achievement, no matter how small they may seem. Whether it is successfully building a fire, finding a source of water, or navigating through a snowstorm, acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments. This positive reinforcement can boost your morale and keep you motivated to continue pushing forward. 11.3.7 Maintaining a routine and structure. In frigid temperatures, it can be easy to lose track of time and fall into a state of disarray. To maintain a positive mindset, it is important to establish a routine and structure for your daily activities. Create a schedule that includes tasks such as gathering firewood, preparing meals, and maintaining your shelter. Having a routine can provide you with a sense of purpose and stability, helping you stay focused and motivated. 11.3.8 Practicing self-care. Taking care of your physical and emotional well-being is crucial for maintaining a positive mindset in frigid temperatures. Prioritize self-care activities such as staying hydrated, eating nutritious meals, and getting enough rest. Engage in activities that bring you joy and help you relax, such as reading a book, listening to music, or practicing a hobby. By taking care of yourself, you are better equipped to handle the challenges of the cold environment. 11.3.9 Visualizing success. Visualization is a powerful technique that can help you maintain a positive mindset in frigid temperatures. Take some time each day to visualize yourself successfully navigating the cold environment, overcoming challenges, and achieving your goals. Imagine the feeling of warmth and accomplishment as you reach your destination or complete a task. By visualizing success, you are programming your mind to believe in your abilities and increasing your chances of achieving your desired outcome. 11.3.10 Embracing the beauty of the cold. While surviving in frigid temperatures can be incredibly challenging, it is also an opportunity to witness the beauty and wonder of nature. Take moments to appreciate the breathtaking landscapes, the stillness of the snow-covered surroundings, and the clarity of the crisp air. By embracing the beauty of the cold, you can shift your perspective and find moments of joy and inspiration even in the most difficult circumstances. Maintaining a positive mindset in frigid temperatures is not easy, but it is essential for your survival. By embracing the power of positive thinking, finding purpose and meaning, practicing mindfulness, cultivating resilience, seeking support, celebrating small victories, maintaining a routine, practicing self-care, visualizing success, and embracing the beauty of the cold, you can increase your chances of not only surviving but thriving in extreme cold environments. Remember, your mindset is a powerful tool that can help you overcome any challenge that comes your way. Stay positive, stay resilient, and stay strong. 11.4 Building resilience in cold environments. Building resilience in cold environments is crucial for surviving frigid temperatures. The ability to adapt and bounce back from challenging situations is essential when facing extreme cold weather conditions. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to help you develop the mental and emotional resilience needed to thrive in cold environments. 11.4.1 Understanding the importance of resilience. Resilience is the ability to withstand and recover from adversity. In cold environments, resilience becomes even more critical as the harsh conditions can test your physical and mental limits. Developing resilience allows you to adapt to the challenges presented by extreme cold, enabling you to make rational decisions, stay focused, and maintain a positive mindset. 11.4.2 Building physical resilience. Physical resilience is the foundation for surviving in cold environments. By taking care of your body, you can better withstand the challenges posed by extreme cold. Here are some strategies to build physical resilience. 11.4.2.1 Regular exercise. Engaging in regular exercise helps improve your cardiovascular health, strengthens your immune system, and increases your overall endurance. By incorporating exercises that mimic the movements required in cold environments, such as hiking or snowshoeing, you can better prepare your body for the physical demands of extreme cold. 11.4.2.2 Cold exposure training. Gradually exposing yourself to cold temperatures can help your body adapt and become more resilient. Start by spending short periods of time in cold environments and gradually increase the duration as your body adjusts. This process, known as cold acclimatization, can enhance your body's ability to regulate temperature and improve your tolerance to cold. 11.4.2.3 Proper nutrition and hydration. Maintaining a balanced diet and staying hydrated are essential for building physical resilience. Consuming nutrient-rich foods, such as fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins, provides your body with the necessary energy and nutrients to function optimally in cold environments. Additionally, staying hydrated helps regulate body temperature and prevents dehydration, which can exacerbate the effects of cold weather. 11.4.3 Developing mental and emotional resilience. In addition to physical resilience, mental and emotional resilience play a vital role in surviving frigid temperatures. The ability to stay calm, focused, and positive in challenging situations can greatly enhance your chances of survival. Here are some strategies to develop mental and emotional resilience. 11.4.3.1 Mindfulness and Meditation. Practicing mindfulness and meditation techniques can help you cultivate a calm and focused mind. These practices allow you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, enabling you to respond to challenging situations in a more composed and rational manner. Regular mindfulness and meditation practice can also reduce stress and anxiety, which are common in cold environments. 11.4.3.2 Visualization and Positive Affirmations. Visualizing successful outcomes and using positive affirmations can help you maintain a positive mindset in cold environments. By envisioning yourself overcoming challenges and repeating positive statements, you can boost your confidence and motivation. This mental preparation can be a powerful tool in building resilience and staying optimistic in the face of adversity. 11.4.3.3 Building a support network. Having a strong support network is crucial for developing mental and emotional resilience. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who share your passion for cold weather survival can provide encouragement, advice, and a sense of belonging. Engaging in group activities and sharing experiences can also help alleviate feelings of isolation and loneliness often associated with cold environments. 11.4.4 Learning from experience. Building resilience in cold environments is an ongoing process that requires learning from experience. Each encounter with extreme cold provides an opportunity to refine your skills, adapt your strategies, and strengthen your resilience. Reflecting on past experiences, both successes and failures, allows you to identify areas for improvement and develop a more effective approach to cold weather survival. 11.4.5 Embracing the challenge. Surviving frigid temperatures is not just about enduring the physical hardships, it is also about embracing the challenge and finding meaning in the experience. By reframing the cold as an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery, you can develop a deeper appreciation for the resilience you are building. Embracing the challenge allows you to tap into your inner strength and push beyond your perceived limits. In conclusion, building resilience in cold environments is essential for surviving frigid temperatures. By developing physical, mental, and emotional resilience, you can adapt to the challenges posed by extreme cold and increase your chances of survival. Remember to take care of your body, cultivate a positive mindset, and learn from your experiences. Embrace the challenge and discover the strength within you to thrive in cold environments. 12. Survival stories in extreme cold. 12.1 Real-life accounts of cold weather survival. In this section, we will explore real-life accounts of individuals who have faced extreme cold weather conditions and managed to survive against all odds. These stories serve as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and provide valuable insights into the strategies and mindset required to endure and overcome the challenges posed by frigid temperatures. 12.1.1 The miraculous survival of Joe Simpson. Joe Simpson's harrowing tale of survival in the Peruvian Andes is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. In 1985, Simpson and his climbing partner, Simon Yates, embarked on an ambitious expedition to climb the treacherous Sula Grande. However, their journey took a disastrous turn when Simpson fell and broke his leg, leaving him stranded on a precarious ledge. With limited supplies and facing the constant threat of avalanches, Yates made the difficult decision to cut the rope connecting them, believing that Simpson had perished. Miraculously, Simpson survived the fall and managed to crawl his way back to base camp over several days, enduring excruciating pain and extreme cold. His determination and will to survive against all odds are a testament to the strength of the human spirit. 12.1.2 The incredible journey of Douglas Mawson. Douglas Mawson's Antarctic expedition in 1912 is a remarkable tale of survival and endurance. After losing his two companions during a sledging trip, Mawson found himself alone in one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. With limited supplies and facing extreme cold, he embarked on a treacherous journey back to base camp. Mawson battled blizzards, frostbite, and starvation as he traversed the icy wasteland. At one point, he fell into a crevasse, narrowly escaping death. Despite these challenges, Mawson's unwavering determination and resourcefulness allowed him to survive for weeks until he finally reached safety. His story serves as a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the will to survive in even the most unforgiving conditions. 12.1.3 The survival of the Uruguayan rugby team. In 1972, a plane carrying the Uruguayan rugby team crashed in the remote Andes Mountains. The survivors faced unimaginable challenges, including freezing temperatures, avalanches, and the constant threat of starvation. With no rescue in sight, they were forced to make the difficult decision to consume the flesh of their deceased companions to stay alive. After enduring 72 days in the mountains, two of the survivors, Nando Parado and Roberto Canessa, embarked on a treacherous journey to find help. Battling extreme cold and exhaustion, they hiked for 10 days until they finally encountered a Chilean farmer who alerted authorities. Their incredible resilience and determination to survive against all odds are a testament to the strength of the human spirit. 12.1.4 The survival of Aaron Ralston. Aaron Ralston's story of survival in the freezing canyons of Utah captivated the world. In 2003, while hiking alone, Ralston's arm became trapped under a boulder, leaving him stranded for 5 days. With limited supplies and facing extreme cold, he made the agonizing decision to amputate his own arm to free himself. Ralston's incredible will to survive and his resourcefulness allowed him to fashion a tourniquet and use his climbing gear to rappel down a 65-foot cliff to safety. His story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the extraordinary lengths one can go to survive in the face of extreme adversity. 12.1.5 The survival of the Shackleton expedition. Sir Ernest Shackleton's ill-fated Antarctic expedition in 1914 is a legendary tale of survival against all odds. After their ship, the Endurance, became trapped in ice and eventually sank, Shackleton and his crew were left stranded on the ice floes of the Weddell Sea. Facing extreme cold, hunger, and the constant threat of death, they embarked on a treacherous journey to reach civilization. Shackleton's leadership and unwavering determination kept the crew united and motivated throughout their ordeal. After months of enduring freezing temperatures and perilous conditions, Shackleton and a small group of men set out on a daring rescue mission, eventually reaching a whaling station and saving the entire crew. Their remarkable survival story is a testament to the power of teamwork, resilience, and the human spirit. These real-life accounts of cold weather survival demonstrate the incredible strength and resilience of individuals facing extreme conditions. They provide valuable lessons on the importance of preparation, resourcefulness, and maintaining a positive mindset in the face of adversity. By studying these stories, we can gain inspiration and motivation to overcome our own challenges and apply survival strategies in our own lives. 12.2 Lessons learned from survival stories. Surviving in extreme cold weather conditions is a daunting task that requires immense physical and mental strength. Throughout history, there have been numerous survival stories that provide valuable lessons on how to endure and overcome the challenges posed by frigid temperatures. These stories not only inspire us but also offer practical insights into the strategies and techniques that can be employed to increase our chances of survival in similar situations. By examining these survival stories, we can learn important lessons that may prove crucial in our own lives. 12.2.1 Adaptability and resourcefulness. One common theme that emerges from survival stories in extreme cold is the importance of adaptability and resourcefulness. When faced with harsh conditions, survivors often had to think outside the box and utilize whatever resources were available to them. For example, in the story of the Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, where a rugby team's plane crashed in the Andes Mountains, the survivors had to resort to eating the flesh of deceased passengers to sustain themselves. While this may seem extreme, it highlights the lengths to which individuals will go to survive. The lesson here is that in dire situations, it is crucial to be open-minded and willing to adapt to unconventional methods in order to meet basic survival needs. 12.2.2 Importance of preparation. Another key lesson learned from survival stories in extreme cold is the significance of preparation. Those who were able to survive often had some level of preparation and knowledge about the environment they were entering. For instance, in the story of Ernest Shackleton's ill-fated Antarctic expedition, the crew members had undergone extensive training and were equipped with appropriate clothing and supplies. This preparation played a vital role in their ability to endure the extreme cold and harsh conditions they encountered. It serves as a reminder that thorough preparation, including understanding the environment, gathering the necessary gear, and acquiring the skills needed to survive, can greatly increase the chances of making it through challenging situations. 12.2.3 Mental resilience and determination. Surviving in extreme cold requires not only physical resilience but also mental strength and determination. Many survival stories highlight the importance of maintaining a positive mindset and refusing to give up. In the story of Joe Simpson's harrowing experience in the Peruvian Andes, chronicled in the book, Touching the Void, Simpson's unwavering determination to survive despite a broken leg and severe frostbite was instrumental in his ultimate rescue. This demonstrates the power of the human spirit and the ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The lesson here is that cultivating mental resilience, staying focused on the goal of survival, and refusing to succumb to despair can make all the difference in extreme cold weather situations. 12.2.4 Teamwork and collaboration. Many survival stories in extreme cold involve groups of individuals who rely on teamwork and collaboration to increase their chances of survival. In these situations, the collective efforts of the group often prove to be more effective than individual actions. The story of the British Trans-Arctic expedition, led by Sir Wally Herbert, exemplifies the importance of teamwork. The team members worked together to overcome challenges, share resources, and support one another emotionally. This highlights the significance of building strong relationships, effective communication, and cooperation in extreme cold weather survival scenarios. 12.2.5 Importance of knowledge and skills. Survival stories also emphasize the importance of acquiring the necessary knowledge and skills to navigate and survive in extreme cold environments. In the story of the Norwegian explorer Roald Amundson's successful journey to the South Pole, his meticulous planning, extensive knowledge of polar conditions, and mastery of survival skills were instrumental in his triumph. This underscores the need to educate oneself about the specific challenges posed by extreme cold weather and to develop the skills required to mitigate those challenges. From understanding how to build a shelter to knowing how to start a fire in snowy conditions, acquiring the right knowledge and skills can significantly enhance one's chances of survival. 12.2.6 Respecting nature and being prepared for the unexpected. Survival stories in extreme cold also teach us the importance of respecting nature and being prepared for the unexpected. Mother Nature can be unforgiving, and it is crucial to understand and respect the power of the environment. The story of the Donner Party, a group of pioneers stranded in the Sierra Nevada mountains during the winter of 1846-1847, serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of underestimating nature's forces. By being prepared for unexpected weather changes, having backup plans, and respecting the environment, we can minimize the risks associated with extreme cold weather survival. In conclusion, survival stories in extreme cold weather provide us with invaluable lessons that can be applied to our own lives. From adaptability and resourcefulness to preparation, mental resilience, teamwork, knowledge, and respect for nature, these stories offer a wealth of insights. By learning from the experiences of those who have faced and conquered extreme cold, we can better equip ourselves to navigate and survive in challenging environments. 12.3 Inspiration and motivation from survivors. Surviving in extreme cold weather conditions requires not only physical strength and knowledge but also mental resilience. The stories of those who have triumphed over freezing temperatures can serve as a source of inspiration and motivation for anyone facing similar challenges. These survivors have demonstrated the power of the human spirit and the will to overcome adversity. By learning from their experiences, we can gain valuable insights into the mindset and strategies necessary to endure and thrive in freezing conditions. 12.3.1 The power of determination. One common thread among survivors of extreme cold is their unwavering determination to survive. Their stories are filled with accounts of individuals who refuse to give up, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. These survivors demonstrate that the human spirit is capable of incredible strength and resilience. One such inspiring story is that of Sir Ernest Shackleton and his crew. In 1914, their ship, the Endurance, became trapped in the ice of the Antarctic. Shackleton and his men were forced to endure unimaginable hardships, including freezing temperatures, hunger, and isolation. Despite these challenges, Shackleton's leadership and unwavering determination kept the crew united and motivated. After months of struggle, they eventually made a daring escape, trekking across the ice and open ocean to reach safety. Their story serves as a testament to the power of determination and the will to survive. 12.3.2 Adaptability and resourcefulness. Survivors of extreme cold weather also demonstrate remarkable adaptability and resourcefulness. They are able to think creatively and make the most of their surroundings, often using limited resources to their advantage. These individuals show us that even in the harshest conditions, there is always a way to overcome obstacles and find solutions. One inspiring example is the story of Joe Simpson and Simon Yates, two mountaineers who faced a life-threatening situation in the Peruvian Andes. During their descent, Simpson fell and broke his leg, leaving him stranded on a precarious ledge. With limited supplies and no hope of rescue, Yates was faced with an impossible decision. In a desperate attempt to save his friend's life, he made the difficult choice to cut the rope connecting them, allowing Simpson to fall into a crevasse. Miraculously, Simpson survived the fall and managed to crawl back to base camp, demonstrating incredible resourcefulness and resilience. 12.3.3 Mental strength and positive mindset. Surviving extreme cold weather requires not only physical endurance but also mental strength and a positive mindset. The ability to stay focused, maintain hope, and find joy in small victories can make all the difference in a life or death situation. One remarkable story of mental strength is that of Aaron Ralston, who became trapped in a remote canyon in Utah. After a boulder pinned his arm, Ralston was faced with the daunting task of freeing himself. Over the course of 5 days, he rationed his limited supplies and used his mountaineering skills to devise a plan for escape. Despite the excruciating pain and uncertainty, Ralston maintained a positive mindset and refused to succumb to despair. In the end, he was forced to amputate his own arm to free himself, but his unwavering determination and mental strength allowed him to survive. 12.3.4 Lessons learned and applied strategies. The stories of survivors in extreme cold weather provide valuable lessons and strategies that can be applied to our own lives. By studying their experiences, we can gain insights into the importance of preparation, adaptability, and mental resilience. One key lesson is the significance of proper preparation. Survivors often emphasize the importance of having the right gear, knowledge, and skills before venturing into cold environments. They highlight the need for thorough planning, including understanding weather patterns, knowing how to build shelters, and being proficient in navigation techniques. Another important lesson is the value of adaptability. Survivors demonstrate the ability to think on their feet, make quick decisions, and adapt their strategies to changing circumstances. They show us that flexibility and resourcefulness are essential when facing unexpected challenges in freezing conditions. Lastly, the stories of survivors remind us of the power of a positive mindset. Maintaining hope, finding joy in small victories, and staying mentally strong can make all the difference in a survival situation. By cultivating a resilient mindset, we can better navigate the challenges of extreme cold weather and overcome adversity. In conclusion, the stories of survivors in extreme cold weather conditions inspire and motivate us to push beyond our limits. Their determination, adaptability, mental strength, and applied strategies serve as valuable lessons for anyone facing freezing temperatures. By learning from their experiences, we can develop the resilience and mindset necessary to not only survive but thrive in the harshest of conditions. 12.4 Applying survival strategies in your own life. Surviving extreme cold weather conditions requires a unique set of skills and strategies. While it may seem like these survival techniques are only applicable in the wilderness, many of them can be adapted and applied to everyday life. Whether you find yourself in a challenging situation or simply want to enhance your resilience, incorporating these survival strategies into your daily routine can help you navigate through life's difficulties with strength and determination. 12.4.1 Adaptability and Flexibility. One of the most important survival strategies in extreme cold weather is adaptability. The ability to adapt to changing circumstances and think on your feet is crucial for survival. This principle can be applied to various aspects of life. Whether it's adapting to a new work environment, dealing with unexpected challenges, or adjusting to changes in personal relationships, being flexible allows you to navigate through difficult situations with resilience and grace. 12.4.2 Preparedness and Planning. Surviving in extreme cold weather requires careful planning and preparation. The same principle applies to everyday life. By taking the time to plan and prepare for different scenarios, you can minimize the impact of unexpected events. This could involve creating a financial safety net, having a backup plan for emergencies, or developing a routine that promotes physical and mental well-being. By being prepared, you can face challenges head-on and overcome them with confidence. 12.4.3 Building resilient relationships. In extreme cold weather survival, having a support system is crucial. The same holds true in everyday life. Building resilient relationships with family, friends, and colleagues can provide a strong foundation of support during difficult times. Cultivating open and honest communication, practicing empathy, and offering support to others can create a network of individuals who can help you navigate through life's challenges. Additionally, surrounding yourself with positive and like-minded individuals can contribute to your overall resilience and well-being. 12.4.4 Self-care and mental well-being. In extreme cold weather survival, taking care of your physical and mental well-being is essential. The same principle applies to everyday life. Prioritizing self-care and mental well-being can help you build resilience and cope with stress. This could involve engaging in regular exercise, practicing mindfulness and meditation, getting enough sleep, and seeking professional help when needed. By taking care of yourself, you can better handle the challenges that life throws your way. 12.4.5 Problem solving and decision making. Surviving in extreme cold weather requires effective problem solving and decision making skills. These skills are equally important in everyday life. Being able to analyze situations, identify potential solutions, and make informed decisions can help you overcome obstacles and achieve your goals. Developing critical thinking skills, seeking different perspectives, and being open to new ideas can enhance your problem-solving abilities and enable you to navigate through life's challenges with confidence. 12.4.6 Resilience in the face of adversity. One of the most valuable lessons from extreme cold weather survival is the importance of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity and maintain a positive mindset. In everyday life, resilience allows you to persevere through difficult times, learn from setbacks, and grow stronger. Cultivating resilience involves developing a growth mindset, practicing self-reflection, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. By building resilience, you can face life's challenges with courage and determination. 12.4.7 Embracing change and uncertainty. Surviving in extreme cold weather requires adapting to constant change and uncertainty. This principle can be applied to everyday life as well. Embracing change and uncertainty allows you to navigate through life's unpredictable moments with resilience and adaptability. Instead of fearing change, view it as an opportunity for growth and personal development. By embracing change, you can cultivate a sense of adventure and openness to new experiences, which can enrich your life and enhance your resilience. 12.4.8 Continuous learning and skill development. In extreme cold weather survival, acquiring new skills and knowledge is essential for survival. The same principle applies to everyday life. Continuous learning and skill development can help you adapt to new challenges and stay ahead in a rapidly changing world. Whether it's learning a new language, acquiring technical skills, or expanding your knowledge in a particular field, investing in your personal and professional growth can enhance your resilience and open doors to new opportunities. 12.4.9 Gratitude and appreciation. Surviving in extreme cold weather teaches the importance of gratitude and appreciation for the little things. This principle can be applied to everyday life as well. Practicing gratitude and appreciation can shift your focus from what's lacking to what you have, fostering a positive mindset and enhancing your overall well-being. Taking the time to express gratitude for the people, experiences, and blessings in your life can bring joy and resilience even in the face of challenges. 12.4.10 Taking calculated risks. In extreme cold weather survival, taking calculated risks is sometimes necessary for survival. The same principle can be applied to everyday life. Taking calculated risks involves stepping out of your comfort zone, pursuing new opportunities, and embracing uncertainty. While it's important to assess the potential risks and rewards, being willing to take calculated risks can lead to personal growth, new experiences, and increased resilience. By applying these survival strategies in your own life, you can develop the resilience and strength needed to navigate through life's challenges with grace and determination. Whether you find yourself in extreme cold weather or facing everyday difficulties, these strategies will empower you to overcome obstacles, adapt to change, and thrive in any situation. Remember, resilience is not just about surviving, It's about thriving and embracing the opportunities for growth that life presents.